Hello,
How
everybody.
you
I hope
doing?
everybody's having a good Saturday and all their life is going good. And we got all kind of good stuff going on. The boys are playing with the new features on StreamYard that have been added in, or something Michelle's added, or somebody's added in. I don't know where the hell it
Yeah,
came from, but
StreamYard, I
anyway,
don't
welcome to the show, everybody. Of course, the chat is a little different, it's a little weird, a little strange, a little everything. A little bit goes on everything here. Um,
you
we
can
might
add
even
more.
talk about the food, James. Yeah, might even talk a little food later on in the show. A lot of good, good stuff to keep up with, and well, StreamYard's always adding little gadgets to the thing. We just was opening up, and we just found right as we was opening up the show. So, yeah, it's cool little
Ooh,
stuff to play with, and
look at
see if
that
we
one.
got one of those breaking news and stuff. Yeah, we may have to take him away from Jay, but other than that, a new guys watching stuff. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
StreamYard adds enough
Yeah,
more
yeah.
buttons to this thing. I might accidentally
Hey, hey,
explode the
hey, we
world.
are in
Yeah,
an
they put
intro.
it
You
there.
just leave StreamYard alone while we're in the middle of an intro. I know he's bad. What are we gonna do with him? It's
I don't
give
know,
him the
dude.
who? Give him the who? Oh, we're not that
Give
mad
him
at
to
it.
the
Uh,
aliens. He needs to get
somebody said
probed.
somebody said make him Carmela's foot boy.
Oh God.
Uh-huh. There you
I
go.
don't know.
Yeah.
She does a
Make
lot
him
of
rub a
puking,
nose.
which means he would be like the guy who caught it. Yes, but anyway, getting
There's
back
no
to
way I'm holding that woman's nasty hair out of the
oh
toilet
yeah,
while she's
that's your
yakking.
job now. It's the audience has said it's your
No.
job, so I
No,
don't know what to
not
tell you.
us. The
Once the audience
audience
assigns
says,
it, it assigns it. That's it. It's done. What's it, Carolyn?
yeah,
For
Jay, you
tonight,
He's
no,
got a
finally get to
boyfriend. Let him
see.
do it.
we're gonna be
You
talking about
can't
a lot of different
him,
things
Jay.
tonight.
You love her.
Yeah, you do. You love
You
it,
love
Jay.
her. You love Kamala.
It's
I can't stand that woman.
Jay.
She's
Jay wanted Jay brought nudie pictures of her one time. We all got sick, but anyway, um, because we could talk because we could talk about whatever we want to talk about. That's why. But getting to something a real topic. I'm sorry. Well, no. So we went over what 4 clips of the footage last night of the shooting. Jay, wasn't it like 3 or 4?
three or four
And
different ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the best one is the one off his chest cam, which they kept saying, "Oh, that's off his phone." I'm like, "What phone?" Cops, he's in the middle of a thing. He can have his fucking phone in his hand. Might have his gun in his hand, but not the phone.
It's his body cam. It's on his armor. It's on his
So the
bulletproof
whole time
vest.
I'm laughing, thinking, "You people can't tell the difference between a body cam and telephone. You shouldn't even be making any suggestions
And
on it."
another thing, he was hit by the vehicle, and if he was holding his cell phone and he was hit by that vehicle, that cell phone would have gone flying.
But one of the things is, even if
Did
you don't
he,
have a
how
version
much
where you think,
damage did he do to him?
I don't
How
know,
much
Dave, what
damage
about
did
you?
I
he do
tried to
to the
find some
guy?
updates on his condition. Nothing comes up on it. No one gives a shit about the officer on the internet, apparently. So no one's given any updates on whether he was actually injured or not.
What do you mean? Too bad for the girl. Oh, you mean the woman? What about her? She shouldn't have been there. Somebody made an AI of her getting out of the car when the cop said get out. And she said, you know what, I should be at home with my kids, and went home. Of course, she's dead now. She can't do that. Anytime you fuck around with somebody with a gun in your face, I mean, this cop was like this. I mean, you're gonna try running him over. What do you actually think is gonna be the next thing? Pop, pop, pop. That's gonna be the next thing.
That
Well,
was only a one shot kill, wasn't it? That was one
I don't
shot,
know. Jay said
right?
I was 3. I haven't really listened, so I'm gonna throw
no, all
that to
right. So
you.
I'm going to turn my camera on for this one.
Jay
So
said I say it's 3. So go ahead,
he
Jay.
shot 3 times, and I think the first shot got her.
That's what it looks like.
But
The one through the top of the
uh,
windshield.
the first one, you can see he does it just like that, right through the windshield. First one, and I think the bullet deflected and hit her in the face. And as the vehicle careened towards the other vehicle, he went bam bam twice into the window.
She's dead.
Hmm.
She
He,
actually didn't die on the scene. She died 40 minutes later in the hospital.
the
By the
weird
way.
part about this is,
So
uh,
it wasn't an instantly fatal shooting. She had a chance to survive, but the sad thing is that she inserted herself where she thought, ignorantly, and again we said it last night. Ignorance of the law is not a defense of the law. So it doesn't prevent you from breaking the law just because you don't know it's a law.
yeah,
But
ignorance is no excuse to break the law.
interfering with police officers and blocking their way, blocking traffic the way she was, even if there wasn't police officers, is against the law. A regular police officer would have asked her to either move the vehicle or you're under arrest. And then that's what they gave her the choice: move the vehicle or under arrest. And she didn't. She backed up and they said, get out of the vehicle, and they tried to arrest her. And that's when she ran over the dude. And let me reframe that. A lot of people say he got ran over.
More than
He
that.
didn't get run over. He didn't get run over. He did get hit by the vehicle. All right. A glancing blow or not, the vehicle weighs 2,000 pounds, maybe more than that.
But what makes it look worse
is 3,000 or 4,000.
What makes it look worse is the girlfriend was trying to get in the car at the time. She walked over and tried to unlock the door to get in the hand on the door was locked, and then
but then she changed her mind and said, "Go ahead." Meaning, you go ahead and floor it.
And now, from what I heard, this woman's got a GoFundMe page and got money in it and stuff. So no one says she's showing any remorse for her wife being killed.
1.4 million.
No, this is exactly what the left wants. They want a martyr. They want someone who was broken. She had a divorce and she had a husband die on her. I mean, so she probably had some pretty bad emotional ups and downs. So whoever trained her to be an ICE interferer, an official ICE finder and interferer, that's on them. I mean, that if I were AG Bondi, those are the people that I would arrest and charge with her murder.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of stuff come down at us. We'll see how it goes.
Well, there's a lot of stuff still coming out. I mean, there's riots, and it isn't on fire yet, but there's a lot of people in the streets in Minneapolis.
Yeah, in Minneapolis, but nowhere else. Nobody else seems to give a shit.
Well, Seattle's active also.
Well, Seattle's a shithole. So
there was a shooting there Thursday. So
yeah,
that's why.
The rest of the country does not care, because when you look at the tape, anyway it goes, she doesn't belong there. And you hear how they're talking to the cops. So they're there to make trouble.
The wife, whatever you want to call it, girlfriend, is actually in the street egging the cop on to go and get lunch or something like that.
Yeah.
That was her wife.
Yeah.
Well, so someone on the news pointed this out also. They have these people in the streets that are protesting, and they're coming up to the cameraman and the reporters and getting in their face and going, "Antagonist, antagonist, antagonist." You got it backwards, more, because what you're doing is antagonism. What they're doing is reporting, or ENG, electronic news gathering, because they probably have like either a cell phone or a professional camera with them.
That one show, Laura, what's her last name? The one that does
Ingram?
Fox?
Yeah, Laura Ingram.
Laura Ingram. She said to one of the protesters, she said, "Do you have a job?"
Yeah, this is her job. Yeah, I saw that.
The protester comes back and said, "Yeah, this is my job." And you know what I mean? Like,
Sean, no bullshit. Listen, later on that night, I saw another video in another part of town, and guess what? That same asshole was there. Same red jacket, same white mask. The same lady was in another protest, somewhere else in town hours later.
Yeah, why does that surprise you?
Well, either they're busing them in, or they're giving them like, okay, all right, this location's dead. Go over here now. The press have moved over here. I don't know how they're doing it, but there's a clear communication network, and they're getting paid.
Then they're getting paid, and they need to bust it up. When it's more than that, they're telling them how to disrupt ICE. Someone's out there teaching them how to disrupt.
That's the thing about this lady that got shot, is that she was part of some sort of community outreach group with her at her son's school of single mothers to intentionally interfere with ICE operations. But they were also allegedly the wife and the lady that was shot and several other people, I guess, in the area have been trained somehow. Clearly not tactically, because only a moron would impede somebody's way who's carrying guns. I mean, I'm sorry, if somebody has a gun,
we've talked about it on this show.
Whatever you want to the girl, but leave me alone.
Yeah, but we've talked about it on this show and many other shows. If you take away guns, cars become a big weapon. I mean, look at Bourbon Street, 14 dead. With a gun, odds are you might get 14.
Same thing. What was it, 35?
Yeah, it's just
people injured.
And then if you start filling these cars with other stuff, it just makes it even worse.
Well, without question, it's a weapon beyond reproach. I mean, it's more than a bullet. I mean, it's rechargeable, it's reloadable, it's aimable. And if you have a sports vehicle, particularly a smaller one like a Miata or maybe a Camaro or a Corvette, extremely fast and extremely maneuverable, especially in like tight, situations like downtown New Orleans or wherever this was. A vehicle is it. There are so many vehicles on the roads right now that there aren't enough law enforcement officers to safely make sure all those vehicles drive safely. That's why you see this kind of shit happening. There just isn't enough law enforcement. And this lady intentionally got in the way of law enforcement officers.
Yeah, she did. And that's going to really be the problem. And I noticed that mayor yesterday was screaming, "We're going to put him in jail with this." And then
what an ass. He's
but
an
wait,
asshole.
but since the body cam footage came out, he ain't said shit.
Yeah, most people have quieted up since the body cam.
Yeah, because the body cam is pretty explicit. He was hit by that car, so you're not gonna be able to say the car didn't hit him, or it doesn't even matter. You could clearly see from the cam, she would the intent of her was to run that cop over. And
you don't even need to see. You can hear if for a blind person, you can hear it when the bumper hits him. You can hear him go, "Ugh!" It knocked the wind out of him for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if his hip was broken.
It's hard to find information on him though. It's
there's nothing about his medical condition anywhere on the interwebs.
Jimmy, they're gonna have to crack down on all this crap.
That's something to bring up to you guys.
This is not going out and protesting against somebody. This is disrupting official police operations.
Well,
that's actually a crime.
They were actually stuck in the snow, but they were on their way towards whatever their next objective was. But she did get in the way of them trying to free their vehicle, and then was shot because of it.
She was shot because she tried to run over the cop, not because she was trying to
No, well, she was shot because she was trying to be stupid. Yeah, I mean,
and the girlfriend, the wife's out there walking around.
Hey, real quick, off subject a little bit. Did you see Anna Navarro? Did you see Anna Navarro going off because how happy she was that Trump got Madero on The View? There's all over freaking TikTok.
We'll have to find it. I don't doubt it. We'll have to find it because she hates it so much. See, Trump is
Whoopi's face. Oh my God! Seriously, find it and put it up. You'll be surprised what you see.
See, it's strange. It's
that might pop us though. That's third party.
Yeah, well, we'll look and see. I'm
gonna see if I can. I'll see if I can find it.
Trump is.
When was it on? Do you know, Sean?
It'll be on TikTok and on YouTube if it's up. All you have to do is type in The View with her name. Freaking
Anna
out.
Navarro.
Yeah.
Over Madero.
Anna Navarro.
But see, Trump goes over there and does something good in Venezuela, and keeps threatening Greenland, which is pissing off the Europeans. We're not going to go invade Greenland.
I got it. Hang on a second. Let me mute myself here.
I'm telling you what, dude. I don't believe that he is threatening Greenland. It don't sound like he is. Why can't Finland or Norway just accept the fact, Trump's giving them $56 billion for Greenland? And do you hear about the Greenlanders?
If he wants Greenland, he's going to have to give up like 1.5 trillion, and Denmark has to make that decision. But if he goes to the Greenland and stops threatening like he's been doing, and he goes to the meeting and says, "Look, I will give y'all $1.5 trillion for your island. There's only 53,000 of you, divided up and see how much money you're going to be worth afterwards." I guarantee you the motherfuckers would give it up. But that's not what he's doing. He's being a dick. He thinks he can bully them off. He's being Putin. And he's not going to bully them off, and Europe's not going to let him be bullied off. So what are we going to do? Go invade Greenland and then get in a fucking fight with Europe? So that Putin and Russia can invade Europe as well? They'd be fucked. That's this whatever he's doing here, he's not thinking about it. Or maybe he is, and he's got a game plan that it's not showing itself yet. You never know with Trump because he seems to be able to pull his ass out of a fire all the time. But if threatening Greenland is way, I mean, he's threatening 53,000 people. Does that not sound like a bully to you?
Yeah, it does. But the Greenlanders want to sit down and talk to him. When they found out that they were going to get money for the United States coming in, they were happy as hell.
They're gonna have to figure something out. They'll eventually they'll figure something out. But I don't understand the need to piss off the Europeans. He has been nothing but pissing off the Europeans for the last 6 months. He told me they were a bunch of pussies. He said, "Look, if you're gonna have social media, you're gonna stifle free speech. We can't deal with you because our country doesn't allow ourselves to deal with people that stifle speech free." But he's lying because we deal with the fucking Middle East every day, and Africa,
Right.
and none of it is allowed for free speech.
Right.
So it's just sometimes maybe he is getting dementia, man. He might be turning into Joe Biden, man. Be Jay's fault too.
Well, look, Cuba's up, and Colombia's up on deck. Cuba's on deck now, and then Colombia.
Colombia said that they're in a de facto state of war with us, and they're willing to take military power against us, especially the Caribbean. I've got the Ana Navarro section of that part of the View, and it just sounds like they're repeating just bullshit rhetoric. That's like absolutely untrue facts whatsoever. I don't get how.
Is it the one hand in the?
Huh?
The one hand in Navarro is saying she's happy because Maduro got caught.
I don't think she's saying that.
No, it's on there. It got to be on there, unless they took it off.
Let me go back. Sound like she's bashing Trump. Let me go back and listen and see what she's saying.
Dolly says he sees Europe as already taken over, Joe.
Well, Dolly's probably right in that aspect, but it's not. And that's the problem. And Russia can't take Europe. They don't have the ability to take them anymore. Even though people don't realize, and Europeans are just now fucking realizing they have no military. When Trump went over there and said, "Well, what do you got?" And motherfuckers, whole countries that don't even have as many planes in them as our fucking states do, they were kind of like, "Wait, what?" And Trump just said, "Look, it's not our job to defend y'all. It's your job to defend you. It's our job to back your fucking ass up if you get into deep shit with like China or Russia. But we're not the ones supposed to be. We shouldn't even be involved in the fucking Ukraine. It's a European problem. It's not an American problem. The only thing we're getting out of there is them fucking rare minerals, and we could have got them somewhere else. It's just, and all it does is put us and Russia at odds with each other." Because Russia's going to do what the fuck it wants because we're not going to nuke them. That's the only thing we can do to Russia is nuke them. Because if we do a conventional war, they're just going to nuke us. And China's just waiting for somebody to get into it over something because Russia's scared right now. Even though they have a treaty with China, their media has been talking about a Chinese land grab of like 1/3 of Russia. And would Russia defend it? Russia couldn't. They can't even beat the fucking Ukraine. How are they going to beat China? So Russia be calling us up, going, "Could you come get us?" And we go over there and start helping them. And then all of a sudden they both turn on us. That sounds like right out of Notre Dame's book.
True. Now Dolly comes back and says if England gets their balls back, Europe may do better.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Dolly? So this is a funny conversation. Trump had, what's his name? What's his name? Stallman, not Stallman, whatever his fucking name is. He goes, "Look," he said, "we already signed this treaty and I didn't know about these people who went to jail over Facebook." He said, "This is what's going to happen. You're going to bring back free speech in your country and you're going to start becoming America's partner like it used to be, where we used to just kick ass." And you know what he said? You're damn fucking right. They released those two guys and are looking to release some others, but he can't change the law. The fucking whatever they call themselves has to change the law. Their version of the Senate has to change the law. So, but he's going to push them because he told them we're not going to deal with them. We're not going to. Matter of fact, he held up F-35 sales to them over this. So Trump is just not. Look, when he tells you he wants something, he wants it. He usually has some way to back his ass up. So I'm wondering what his ace in the hole is on Greenland, other than money. Because Denmark's going to lose its fucking mind any way it goes. Even if they vote to leave and come be Americans, Denmark's going to lose its fucking mind. They're going to be like, nah, it is a strategic island, and it's not just strategic for us. The United States wants to build a complete space command there for several reasons, and a space command that not will only explore space, but will use a defense shield to cover us and Europe. I don't even know why the Europeans are whining about this.
Yeah, it's essential for their missile shield. It's essential for our missile shield.
Their shield is going to be
our corner of the world.
Yeah,
and then on the other side, we already have Alaska, but having Guam and some of the other things out in the middle of the Pacific will help on that side of the missile shield.
Oh yeah, because we got Hawaii, we got Guam, we're all over. We're in Japan.
We have a wide aspect on the West Coast where we're okay, but on the East Coast, there, it's far as travel goes. But if you really go out like to the satellite view and look at it, we're not that far from Europe. So Greenland is like right in the middle between us and Europe, and it makes the perfect missile launching site for anything that would hit Europe or the western or the northeastern coast of America, including Canada.
From the middle of Greenland to Moscow with a hypersonic missile, not a regular hypersonic missile, the version of our missiles we shoot in space, which won't have to shoot into space because it'll be a line of sight trajectory at Mach 26. Ain't nothing stopping it. Moscow's dust. It's fucking toast. You can't stop that missile. I don't give a shit what kind of shielding you got. At that kind of speed, ain't nothing stopping it. And even if you manage to hit it with something, it's just going to explode where it is and ripple the fucking thing forward for goddamn 150 miles or so. You're dead. You're dead, people.
Yeah, that's what Dolly just said. She said, "Oh wow, the Golden Dome tech could come from Greenland's strategic location."
That's right. It would work perfect for me.
You're right.
Plus, we want to put those figure 8 planes back up in the sky, who have their own versions of radar, which can shoot down 100 missiles per hour. So we want to put them back up, and then we want to put our regular missile shields and our space lasers. So we want to cover our ass, and we need that place to be able to do it. And once America and its allies are completely covered, it doesn't matter if fucking China and Russia have nukes anymore, does it? Because we just take the pictures.
Think about this. It was named Greenland to trick people from Europe to come over there because they didn't want people going to Iceland where it is actually green.
Yes.
So think about that.
Hi, Kenneth.
Well, one day it'll be green up there in Iceland. Give it time, man. According to the global warming, it should have been green 20 years ago.
Well, and if there's a polar shift and the crust, rotates, 90 degrees, it'll be in the tropical zone. Yeah.
You don't even have to do that, really, at the way that the heat spread.
No, but that's the fastest and most efficient way. I mean, it'll kill a lot of people on the way doing it, but
you don't need to do all that. That tear out buildings and then that's not going to happen anymore. There hasn't been that type of shift in forever. There's been magnetic
shifts.
Real
quick, going back to Ana Navarro, what I was listening to, it sounds like she's 100% against having taken Maduro out of.
No, dude. I sent you something in Messenger. It's a YouTube short.
The one I'm looking at, she's definitely against it.
What?
Yeah.
You gotta watch. Could be AI, man. Could be.
It's like 4 or 5 minutes long. If you want, I can put it up.
Hey, Candace. Hey, darling. I didn't see. I was somewhere else cussing at people.
Jay, did you get the one that I sent you?
He's looking. He's either that or he's doing something we don't want to know about. Well, we gave fucking Germany, of all people, nukes. Well, no, they're not supposed to control them. We do, but that's really bullshit because they do. They got a space plane now.
I think she's changed her mind, Sean.
Nice. Yeah. Did you do my short, Jay?
I did. I looked at it.
Did you see what I sent you on Messenger?
Yeah, and the damn thing. Same lady on another episode, and she's bashing the whole idea of it. She's saying that they didn't take out the regime; they just took out the main player, and now the vice president is in control of the regime. She's not.
Actually, both are probably true. She is probably glad they took out Moderna, but she is right. He didn't really stop he did kind of stop the regime. He's in contact daily with that regime now.
Well, he gave them notice, so they need to start playing ball.
He did more than give them notice. He set up a two-way thing with them now. They're gonna have to report in every day because they started killing people over there. He said, "Don't make me coming over there and get you."
Yeah.
And now it's even funnier. China and Russia are trying to figure out how our helicopters got through their defense shield. Because that wasn't stealth that went through. They are shitting,
They
man.
go invisible, people.
They're like, how in the hell did they get through there? They're shitting about that because there's some pretty good defense stuff over there. But hey,
We have helicopters that normally helicopters are a very noisy machine. It's got 7 or 8 wings that rotate very fast. Makes a lot of noise. But we have ones that can silence those blades now, and they're virtually, it's like, it sounds like, one of those little gyrocopters, little things you have remote.
Didn't the F-35s, didn't they have other airplanes up in the air covering for the helicopters coming in?
They had other stuff flying around. They had the other how they say it. They had other assets.
They have F-35s around the scene. Yes, absolutely.
Oh man, the poor F-35 is such a piece of crap. So you see,
it's getting to see some action though. I mean, it got to blow up, or at least.
Dude, look, whoever's flying F-35 right now, I guarantee you within a week you're going to be asked to put in an F-22. So F-22 just is getting an upgrade package. It's already considered, even China and Russia considered the baddest aircraft to ever fly.
It's going to be the super Brainiac.
No, it's getting a serious upgrade package. Plus, they have designed, which they didn't tell anybody, specialty drones just for the F-22. They won't work with any other craft but the F-22.
I've been saying it all along. Who's the queen? Who's the king of the drone technology? When did it start? We did 1957.
So they were showing they showed this F-22 walking like a SU F-35. Just they walk and they're just doing this, pointing straight up and down, and they're just kind of moving along. And you're watching this bad thing, right? And then out of nowhere, pop, 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 pop. There's 3 drones doing the same thing, walking with her. And then as other plane come in, one would peel off, and then the F-22 just dropped down, and you seen this whole board light up with instruments, and it had 97 targets targeted, had way more to do, and it said every one of them lit said kill, 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 kill. In other words, it hit every target before it leveled itself out. That's beastness. We ain't never had beastness like that before. That's just sheer badass.
That's pretty.
And I didn't even like the F-22, man. In the beginning, I didn't even like that plane. That plane has turned out to be.
But I mean, also the fact that it can turn itself invisible to our radar and their radar, and to visible detection. In other words, you can be looking right at it, and it goes.
Yeah, they're badass, Dolly. I wouldn't want to be on the bad side of that one. And they just were upgraded with some new missiles that. Okay, so the missiles have their own radar on them now. Somehow or another, ricochets through the ship and through them, and they target their own target. So there is no, once it's locked onto, you're screwed. And so showing how it worked.
Well, as long as the plane maintains radar lock on you.
It's not radar like you think. Microwave radar. It's not what it is. It's some type of sensor. It's like a light. So it doesn't matter. You can be as invisible as you want. Once it gets the outlay of your plane.
Well, that's not surprising. My Camry has some sort of a sensor when you can put the bright lights on automatic, and when a car comes with, I don't know how far away it is, it'll turn the brights off.
So
when
basically,
the car goes away, it'll come back on.
Basically,
it's got that kind of a sensor on it.
Basically, what this is just a laser light that paints the entire aircraft.
Yeah,
the aircraft can't get away, no matter what the aircraft does. It's
but it's not something that has to be maintained.
No, it's painted. No, it's not like you're thinking traditional lasers. That's not what this is. It's not what it is.
What I'm saying is, if you lose the painting, then the missile loses.
Jay, it's like when you put paint on the wall, it's on the wall. Until you take it off, it's on the wall.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to maintain
because traditionally, if you had a laser painting something, and the laser,
that's what I'm saying. You're thinking traditionally. This is not what this is. These are sensors. These are not lasers. This is a whole new generation of technology. This is all stuff that's going into the A-47 or the F-47. That's all going into that. But these are ones that they're back into the F-22 because they can go in there. For some reason, the F-22's experimental dash package section is much larger than the F-35's is. I guess from day one, the F-22 was built to be.
It's a longer and wider plane, and then also I think it accommodates 2, whereas there are only a few models of the 35 that accommodate 2. Isn't that correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, two people. There's a couple F-35s that do it, but the
Yeah.
F-22 does have two engines. So,
But what I'm saying is it's an earlier model. They don't make a whole lot of the two people F-35s.
no, yeah, they do. Because okay, so F-35s are done like all jets are. If they're one pilot, they're usually just for fighting and protection. They're not really attack aircraft. The second pilot is the one that does all the attacking. The first pilot is the one that keeps your ass alive while the second pilot's doing all the attacking. Because it doesn't matter how good a pilot you are, when you're traveling at Mach 2 with 25 targets lit up on your screen and you're trying to find a target.
Mach 2. Come on, let's be real. We're talking F-22. Let's say Mach 6. Okay, that's
whatever it is. It's whatever it's cruising
Mach
at.
6. Mach 6 is hauling ass, though. I mean, that's halfway across the United States in like 30 minutes.
I doubt the F-22s can do much more than about Mach 2.5, but now the F-47 can do Mach 6. And the new A, whatever that thing is that NASA's flying, can do Mach 9.
Manta, yeah.
And then the man, it's something else.
Somebody threw up a video, or not a video, but a couple of stills of something they were calling the Manta flying over the Nevada.
That's what we were talking about the other night. They look like right now, there's at least 12 aircraft flying, not prototypes, full version aircraft that are flying that are all different. They're all different engines, different types of engines. Ram Scoop, what's that? No, they got all kind of different engines. This is just like the age of
Ramjet.
America's trying to get into space, and America wants to get into space, and they don't want to have to use fucking rockets to get into space. They want
to. What the idea is, audience, what the U.S. military is looking for is what they call a multimedia craft. I call it multi-atmosphere. They call it multimedia. This is a craft that could enter and exit the ocean without being any kind of deflection problems or no loss of power, loss of velocity. Same thing to go from our atmosphere into space without any kind of deflection problems or loss of catastrophic atmosphere loss. And that might also imply being able to fly within a volcano.
Yeah, well, that's not for fighter planes.
Fighter planes atmosphere, but it's an atmosphere and it's a medium. So I mean, but the idea is a multimedia atmospherical plane.
Yeah, but Dolly says they use Crimson Trace technology.
Oh, I imagine they use several different technologies right now because every one of these planes are running a different tech. I don't know.
Only thing that seems to remain the same is about some of the few are following certain design parameters, and the skin. But the only thing they really share in common, what's inside, is really different between each company.
Yeah, well, a couple of them are going to have way different skins too, because certain planes at Mach 9 or even Mach 8, you can't be having the skin of an F-22 or even an X-47. You got to have a better skin than that. You got to.
You're looking at titanium skins like
once you get into the stratosphere, it's time to change up skins because you may be going into space next. But really and truly, that's what NASA wants. It's not what NASA wants. It's what everybody wants. They want a plane that can just take off, fly up into space, do its business, and come back down and land. They don't want to have all these fucking rockets blasting all over the place. And too, I was reading what Dolly wrote. So there's at least 12 companies. Some of this is probably backwards technology, backwards being engine technology. But now, for some reason, a bunch of these technologies have come to fruition at the same time. And so now it's just design and craft. Who are you going to use? What are you going to use? Ram scooped. There's a lot of different ways to go, but even Ram scoop, you got to get up to speed first. You got to get the damn thing into the atmosphere and go. You don't have to be dropping all your planes off of a B-52 Stratofortress. They want another way to get them up there. Like we said, you put them on a stick and shoot them up in the air. Put them on a something we already have.
A B-52 Stratofortress and launch it off with wings.
Think of it this way. Like the other day, I noticed on that Zimwalt, it's got a little garage that holds two jets.
Does it?
So, yes, it does. So now imagine those were F-35 vertical takeoffs is probably what they were.
Right.
But just think of it this way. They've also got what kind of guns on board?
Rail guns.
Yeah. You can use
one at least on the front.
You could use a rail gun to shoot one into space or at least get it high enough for the engines to kick in. So think if we get one of these Mach 9 things on board your ship, You shoot the son of a bitch and it takes off. It's in Moscow in 2 minutes. Moscow's whoop, oh, sorry, Moscow, you're gone.
Yeah, where the hell did that guy come from?
Yes, as it's waving, as it's watching you go up into dust. And Bush, which for some reason the government will never talk about this, Bush ordered some new design missiles, and we know there was a couple of prototypes that were made. He called them Planet Busters. So they were the smallest one was 50 times larger than any current nuke available today.
Wow.
That's why they call them Planet Busters. A blast in the middle of America would completely cover Europe. It would completely cover the whole top of the planet. Completely. It would melt everything, and it would go down fairly deep. Might even go down deep enough to ship the orbit and just destroy the whole planet.
Well, I would imagine that the idea of using a weapon like that would be to drop it somewhere within the Pacific Rim of Fire.
You do that
on one of the active fault zones, like maybe the active volcano in Hawaii, or Mindanao, the active volcano in the Philippines. Any one of those would be an ideal target, which could set off, every volcano on that rim in the Pacific Rim to go off all at once.
Yeah, I know they could. Dolly, that might be what they're using on the X-47 as a crimson, because the X-47 is weird. It has stealth skins and all, like our regular stealth and a bunch of other stuff, but it does have the ability to mimic the surrounding area. So you can't see it. Not only can it go visible shielding, but it can actually physically go invisible where you can't see it. They're bad.
Crazy.
We've seen them fly a couple times. They're beastified. They can go 1,000 miles on a single tank of gas. I imagine you add a couple in-house fuel tanks, you'll get about 3,000 miles out of them, or 2,000 miles out of them. At speeds you don't even want to talk about. They can outrun. Put it this way: they can outrun Russia's Fast-Seek hypersonic missile. So Russia said, "Now I got a hypersonic missile. I get that. Oh, wait, shit, we're dead." Now we're building beast airplanes. It's making the Chinese. The Chinese was trying to catch up with our conventional air force, our F-18s or F-16s, by building like Ju-20s and Ju-35s. That's what they were trying to do. First off,
they look exactly like our 80s stuff.
Fortunately for us, they don't fly like ours do. So that's their 5th generation stealth, supposedly. Well, that's garbage. One of them, the engines are so dirty that you could see them coming for miles. You wouldn't even have to worry about anything else. They haven't really figured out how to work their heat shields yet. Yes, people, we learned that with the X-117, that stealth is great, but if there's no way to hide the heat from your engines, guess what? They're still a target source.
They can see you.
Yes, infrared can see your ass, and an infrared missile catch you, and you're dead. So something they had to work out, which they worked out, of course. Now, not only does it hide the infrared, it cools it. It has some kind of system on board that actually cools it. Yeah, so even missiles won't pick it up. They're badass.
Cools it and dissipates it at the same time.
And what gets me, I love China. China's all the time like, we've got the most advanced missiles. Oh, we got the best shield ever, man. Nobody can get in here. We can't nothing. We can see everything. So it's so funny. So the United States puts this thing out about these big square buildings China's got all over. That's supposed to be their missile defense shield. So then America posts these pictures of little generator blade places. He said, well, we hit any of these, your whole missile shield's down. He said, maybe you should upgrade this. And then the guy in the newspaper's like, why would America tell him that? They said, because obviously America has a much easier way of killing him. They're just fucking with him. He's like, and then and I can't remember his name. The guy from NASA came out and said, oh, you mean our invisible ones? They can have as many shields as they want. They ain't never going to see these things. You can't see them. He said, there's no heat signature. There's no skin signature. And there's no visible signature. There's nothing to see. He said, they can build whatever they want. He's what's going to happen is we'll send 4 or 5 of them in to all of their big and just blow up the fucking buildings because they're like the size of an office building. Right. And then go on about flying our business and have air superiority. He said they could have air superiority in China in less than 3 days. And Russia, they said in Russia they could have it in less than a day. They're talking about kills. They're talking about no other planes challenging them. No missile shoot, no missiles, and no planes challenging them. Because like they did in
Iraq.
Yeah, they sent Saudi after Saudi after Saudi. I mean, they were sending 100, 150 a day, sometimes 200 a day, and that's with planes not near as advanced as these are. Nah, Jimmy, they won't send the F-22 is You know what the F-22 is for? Is to protect us.
Yeah.
It's still a test system plane.
U.S. Border Patrol, pretty much.
Yeah. And there's only 122 of them. It's not like the F-35s ready to be 3,000 or 4,000 of them. Yeah, no, this is
I guarantee you this: you get another, 9/11 event where several planes are hijacked at once and being used by terrorists to do various bad things. Guarantee you the F-22 is involved this time.
Oh yeah, they'll be just shooting things down like.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there'd be much question. No, look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're shooting you down. Bam, you're dead.
You died. Too bad. Happy.
It took too long to say yes. You're dead.
Well, James, that's okay. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So you're talking about the last plane, okay, which was probably headed towards the Pentagon or the White House. No one actually knows for sure. It was banking, but no one knows for sure.
They thought, not the Pentagon. The Pentagon was already hit. They thought it was going towards the Senate or the White House.
No, they according to the thing they had 3 strikes planned for the Pentagon. People don't realize this, but there was 2 planes that didn't get taken over for some reason.
Yeah. Well, they got stopped at security in the airport.
More than likely something. Hey, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi.
So there was a couple things that went on that most people.
Hi, Heidi.
But they said that they were listening. They had the people on board on the one plane said they had radios were listening, so they knew the Pentagon wasn't a complete hit. So they might have changed their course going there. But most people thought it was going to the White House. That's where most people thought it was going. I'm like, why? The president won't be there. By the time you get there, the fucking president will be long gone. Mm. What got me about all of this is
okay, Heidi.
If you do things like this, why didn't they organize this on a Sunday? And just drop them into football stadiums all around the country. I mean, you'd killed over 1 million people. Mm-hmm. Now, Jimmy, the reason maybe they didn't do it is all football air and doing a game is a no-fly zone. Oh yes, all of them. Doesn't matter what what stadium you're at. You're in football on Sunday. It's a no-fly zone, except for the helicopters. It's a no-fly zone.
Well. And it used to be in the 80s, the Goodyear blimp. I don't know if they still use that, but
no, they do use a blimp some places still. But if you're not cleared traffic, guess what happens? You get shot down. Well, because they know it's 80, 90, 1,000, 100,000 people in one spot.
There's a movie that inspired all that. It's called Black Sunday. Look it up. That's why.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers were in it. Yep.
The Pittsburgh Stinkers. What? I didn't know they were called.
Yeah, they were slinging poo while they were.
There was only one time Pittsburgh was ever good, and that's when the man played for him.
Terry Bradshaw.
That's right.
Terry Bradshaw.
What was the other guy's name? Mean Joe Green was pretty good. I liked him.
Unfortunate Brett Favre. Every time I hear about him, he's in some kind of trouble.
Yeah.
Some kind of legal trouble. Yeah. Jimmy, we just have really advanced planes right now. Now, none of them are rolling out in big masses yet, but there's enough of them around to cause significant damage. That thing that NASA was showing, Mach 6, its actual speed is 10 something. It can carry missiles on board.
Yeah, and most of the airplane programs we're talking about now are very young ones. But there are still ones that are just now coming out that are very, very old. Like the Aurora space plane is one of the new ones that's been talked about since at least the late 70s, early 80s.
The Aurora's first.
But this entire technology started in 1958, when we started with the U-2 spy planes and the later SR-71s. And it's surprising that we have steam. 1909, we have a V8 gasoline power. 1920, we have air power. 1949, 1950, we have jet power.
So let me ask you a question.
What I'm trying to say is we have these technologies that started in the 50s and 60s, but they don't seem to have trickled out as fast or have become as advanced as quickly as these other things did.
Well, because
it makes you wonder, what are they actually hiding from us?
No, but it's probably not hiding anything, because you just laid out. You laid out the reason why. Because everything you just mentioned had something in common. They used combustion engines, whether it was jet fuel, diesel, gasoline, or steam. They used combustion engines. So that's, since that, and that's how they've been. And even today, a lot of things still use combustion engines, which is what? How old's a combustion engine? 200 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then somebody invented jet engines, which is really cool, which was 50, 80 years ago, I believe. And, but still, everything that's come from then forward, it's still come off that same basis, a jet engine.
Well, quite literally, I think it's 1945, just before the end of the war, is when the Messerschmitt 262 came out, the first fighter jet. So 1946 is jet power.
I think they said they had 6 jets flying and we had 1. And I think that one we stole, actually.
More than likely, we didn't have it.
Yeah, I thought we didn't get it for almost 5 years after that.
Well, the problem with the Messerschmitts, the jets, was that they were just so new, and the pilots they had, they couldn't make them fast enough. The pilots they had couldn't control them, and they failed in combat.
Yeah, because you got to be trained to fly a jet.
Yeah, they weren't.
Especially jets that were that much overpowered. I mean, they were going from taking planes that were doing 200 miles an hour. That was fast.
Yeah,
not even 200.
250,
actually less than, yeah, man. And then putting you into a jet that's doing 600, you're kind of like, whoa, with abilities of turning. It was too much. Because just an oversteer would get you killed.
Yeah, oversteer and being able, pulling the trigger and missing. Bye.
If the Nazis would have stayed friends with the Russians and just went ahead and developed their technologies, they would have conquered Europe.
Ich bin ein Sprechen-Joyman.
They would not have conquered us because we still had nukes. And we were on the way to nukes even without there.
When was the first nuclear program started? What year?
For what?
40, probably 40. Might have been sooner. The Nazis started working on nuclear weapons.
The heavy water experience were probably 19. Yeah, probably probably went to the war 1936, 37, something like that.
Somewhere up around there.
Yeah.
And the Nazis were way ahead of the Americans on nuclear power. Way ahead. And then we went and stole their scientists and learned how to build a nuke really fast.
It still kind of surprises me that most of the scientists that worked on these things, a lot of them should have been war criminals, including Werner von Braun. We're still not even sure today exactly what his war crimes actually were. But rumor has he had some things to do with the final solution. He was deep into Hitler's inner cabinet. I mean, he was in the inner circle. He wasn't just some dude that worked for Hitler. When Hitler had a meeting, he was always there. I think he was the chief science advisor to Hitler, for one thing. But they were up to some heinous things back then. And we snatched them up as fast as we could, and we let them continue doing their nasty, disgusting experiments so we could get to space before the Russians did. It's kind of gross.
But Werner von Braun, I don't see, that's the problem. There's nothing that would even prove that Werner did that, anything like that.
No, that's good. No, or any of them.
There's some people that got what they deserve and were proved at what they did. Werner was different, and the reason Hitler wanted him there is because Hitler wanted off the planet, just like Elon Musk does. He always had a vision of going and starting a colony on the moon, and then later on starting a colony on Mars. That's how long ago man wanted to get off this planet legitly. And only person he had that could do that for him was who? Werner von Braun. That was the only person he had that could do it for him. Nobody else in Germany had the oomph to do it. And you could tell by the things he was building. Just like you can tell with Elon Musk, by the different companies he owns, you can tell what he's doing and what he's up to. People don't pay attention to that enough. But when you pay attention with Werner von Braun, you knew he wasn't planning to blow up these bombs built for bombs. These things were built to go into space. And we didn't have nukes at that time, so we weren't trying to drop nukes on anybody's head. These things were designed to go in space. Matter of fact, they had to be depowered, the V bombs, just to get them to Europe without overflying it by half the ocean. They were very advanced. They worked very well, but their design was to go a much longer, much further distance. And when I interviewed Caroline about this, it was their assistant, she said, no, his plans was always to go to Mars. Always. Mm-hmm. He said the moon was supposed to be what do they call it? A stepping stone depot. And that's probably what Hitler told him. We build our depot there. That's where we keep our supplies. We clean all the stuff off of Earth. We go to Mars.
Well, I don't remember what year the movie was made, but I saw it when I was young. 3 or 4 or 5, 6 years old. It was on TV, because back then we had on Sunday night was the Disney Hour. They always would play a Disney movie.
F-18s are
One
loud.
time they played the one that Disney made with Werner von Braun about and so I think it was 1960, it had been 1963 probably then, but I saw it when I was like 3 or 4 when they made the film. But they said when they planned out, they showed the whole thing of how they were going to plan to get to the moon. But during the video, at some point, Warner Brown goes, how much more interesting would it be to like not stop there and go here to the Mars? So it was a pretty interesting movie. But still, the thing is Operation Paperclip did for 160 Nazi criminals. It scrubbed their war crimes and hid all the whatever they did, including Werner von Braun, and that's a fact. The problem is that it's not that they were not just war criminals, but they were doing some really unsavory experiments, and when they came over here, they continued to do those same unsavory experiments.
Yeah,
that's the allegation.
Yeah, some people say that's true. Some people say it's not true. It's some people say it's a lot of bullshit because a lot of the scientists that came over here wouldn't have been involved in any of the stuff that Hitler wanted. I mean, his big pushes were one was to find spiritual artifacts. That was a big push of his, to do experiments on twins, telecommunication. He thought that telepathy was a real thing and that you could find it in the brain. He thought that. That's where most of his heinous shit went. Really, as far as their bombs and explosions and stuff, that was just typical technology building. That's not anything that would be wartime. That wouldn't even be considered wartime crimes. See, but everybody got a deal.
I know this is off.
Yeah.
This is off the subject, but this Wu Riders said also Venezuelan soldiers shared that USA used some type of sonic boom type weapon, and all the Venezuelan guards fell to the ground, head hurting, and got nosebleeds. He said they couldn't get up. Do we have something like that?
Yeah,
we used on Noriega back in the 80s.
Yeah, and they're more advanced now.
Yeah, oh yeah, way more.
And they're considered non-lethal weapons, is what they're considered.
My dad's passed away, and he probably couldn't talk about it if he could. But his even though these are above water, his company specialty was hydroacoustics, sonar, underwater sound. Wouldn't be surprised if he had a hand in tuning some of those weapons.
They had a lot of stuff. No, Jimmy. So everybody that was brought over had to be given a pardon. Yeah, because you worked for Hitler. You were a Nazi. But see, von Braun was never a Nazi. He was never SS.
No, but he was.
If you ain't SS, you didn't get the top secret shit. That's bottom line.
Doesn't matter. He was still top. He was still part of the top. He
was just a German, just like the rest of the Germans. You were either a German or you were SS.
Well, he wears uniforms.
No in between distinction. That's just the way their organizations work.
Didn't he?
Huh?
He wore the uniform. I know he did.
No, he wore a German uniform. Yeah, just like every other German did. That's not a crime. The problem for him is that he was associated with the upper party. So everybody in the upper party was a criminal. Didn't matter what they did. The fact that he made bombs that killed British people made him a criminal.
Yeah.
But it's still a war crime, and those kind of war crimes. That's why nobody ever worried about it. You can't get in real trouble for those. The ones you get in trouble for was the ones where they did experiments on babies, when they did experiments on
the Mengele stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was horrible. And a lot of that stuff was they used different chemicals to try to make super soldiers and other stuff. All of that, but none of that would have been nothing that any of the mechanical sciences would have been involved in. Not to say they were trying to stretch people out, but I don't think, to be honest with you, after reading about Von, and I talked to two of the junior assistants, Carolyn Roslin, who was great. All of them knew Vernon pretty good. None of them, he didn't sound like he really had time for that. He was trying to get to whatever Hitler had charted him to do. That's what he was trying to do, and was still trying to do even after he died. I think they thought that they knew something was on Mars, because the way he talked about Mars, he talked about it passionately, even more so than Elon does. And Elon's pretty passionate about Mars. It's like he knew there was something there that man needed to have, and maybe there is. Until we get there and explore the planet, we don't know. And if there was an advanced civilization anywhere in the solar system before, it was fucking there. It wasn't here. I mean, we've been all over this place. We got satellites flying around this motherfucker every day. It's LiDAR scanning nonstop.
And
Pretty
there's still a
soon,
lot that's covered with water and trees.
yeah, but within 10 years, we'll have LiDAR the entire planet. They'll still be going through the information for another
Doesn't
decade.
mean they're going to find everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll see a lot. So there'll be stuff underground that they're not gonna be able to find, or in deep parts of the ocean. But still, that's where they found that city just recently at 4,000 feet. Well, nobody can go down there and explore that thing. You're gonna have to send whatchamacallit down there, a submarine.
Yeah.
And even one of them will have to be one of them tough built ones. Yeah, Janet, it was on the news and on the paper. They found some other city, and nobody can figure out why it's so deep down. How it got to where it's at.
Biblical flood, maybe.
Like when you hear about the coast, the two in Cuba, and the one they ever post anything about is the one on the bottom side of the continent. I mean, under the island. You can tell it just looks like either the whole thing sank or it just broke off and sank. Well, there was or it was just built on ice and it just sank. Yeah, that was all part of the ice shield back then. There was the ice age went just about that far and stopped. It didn't go past Cuba, but there was an ice sheet all the way to there. So it could have just been on ice, and ice just melted, and the damn thing sank down 800 feet. I would think you would have known a little while before it happened, though. The city would have probably been flooding every day. It'd be a little deeper, every month a little deeper.
Yeah, well, no, but if it was on an ice shelf, you would hear it cracking when it was getting ready to break. And as it melted, it would make cracking noises.
It was
Oh,
it was a glacier.
Break, guys.
Yeah, we get ready to go. It was a glacier, John. Big glacier too. It's probably one of the ones that still exist in Canada. Yeah. But we keep finding sunken cities, and we keep finding things, and then we keep finding shit that suggests that maybe there was somebody smarter, brighter, or faster here at one time, or at least equal to us in different ways. Well, let me put it this way, John. There could be an advance civilization to our level as advancement, but maybe their power sources were different. Their lighting was different. The way they made it, it may not have been off of they may have discovered LED from the get-go instead of going through, or other things. It's just there could be just differences in the technologies. They may be more advanced in some things and less advanced in others. Well, it could be anything. Toilets, for that matter. It could be any damn thing. Yeah. So anyway, we got to go take a break, guys and girls. We're going to be back in a few minutes. What do you mean? Who are we going to play? Play what? Let me see. If I ain't got it pulled up, I can't play it. Hold on. Oh no! See, I like this guy, but I don't. And we've played this guy before. But he could be third party. I ain't gonna. Not tonight. If we didn't have a strike, I would risk it. But no.
How about My Way by Frank Sinatra?
Frankie. Oh, Frankie. I ain't heard old Frankie in a long time. Isn't he dead?
I like Johnny Yoon's version of that song. I did it sideways.
Sideways, huh? Poor Frankie. They rolled over in his grave right there. Is that what this is? Hold on, I might have found it. Yeah. All right, no, we ain't listening to that. That'll put me night, man. Get the hell out of here with that. Oh man. I was like,
trying to play you lullabies, Joe.
Oh no, man! Look, I'll be like, nope, no. Jay's losing it over there. Give me that kind of stuff. No, we heard that We heard that. Oh, what are you talking? No, we're not listening.
Yeah.
To either.
There you go. That's a good idea.
While humans will never reach Mars, we can listen to that. Hey Jude.
Sean knows that one. Why are we not thinking to Mars, Sean?
Mars don't exist, dude.
Oh,
there you go.
We go again. The Mars don't exist. Shit. I'm moving.
Mars don't exist.
If Mars don't exist, Florida don't exist. And I know Mars
does not exist.
I've been to Florida, so
it don't.
Can't tell me Florida doesn't exist. I was just down there the other day. And I've been to Mars too, but we just saying.
No, I'm just saying Mars don't
I'm not.
exist.
I'm not supposed to talk about that on the air, but what Jane?
I'd agree with you, Sean, except that I've seen it through a telescope. So
it's
It's the dot. That's all it is. It's just one of the star that you saw through the telescope.
it's pretty out there.
nope, rusty brown planet. That's all I see.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, I get a telescope and I'll look up. Oh, look at that! There's Mars, and it's just a star. It's just some white
get you a better
passing
telescope.
through the atmosphere.
Yeah, get you a better telescope. That's all I can tell you, man. Get your better telescope. There's far more out there than you think there is. Okay. I was looking for something.
No, I know what it is. It's a speck.
Man,
of
we was in
hot sauce on your glasses.
Oh no, Metallica, you ain't getting on the list. Get the fuck up out of here.
No.
I already, I've done. Okay.
Boo, boo.
Oh, we can't listen to the Scat Man. It's too much, man. Somebody just sent me the Scat Man. Have y'all ever heard the Scat Man?
No, I got a feeling something I've never had before.
No, you
I
don't
got some Gloria Gaynor. I Will Survive.
I need
How
something
about that
loud.
one?
I'm playing something loud. I need to wake up. I need something loud.
How about Ella Fitzgerald?
I need some coffee and some. Oh, wait a minute. I might play this instead. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna play this. Okay. What I like to do. Mississippi, fuck you. So I will kick your ass, buddy.
Only two things come out of Mississippi.
Not anymore, buddy. Mississippi is the third most moved to state and has went from like 48th in education to 28th in climbing every day. They it's because they finally did what they said they were going to do. You know why? They're taking all their fucking casino money and doing what they're supposed to do with it for a change. It used to be, we're getting casino money and nothing changed. And all of a sudden, politics change. And guess what? We got marijuana and we got better schools. We got all kind of good shit, better highways, rebuilding the entire interstate system. I'm in shock, man. I don't know how to think about it because this is one backward state. Anyway, guys and girls, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back. I want everyone to stay tuned to United Public Radio News on the flip side. Sexy mamas. What about sexy mamas? Have you been talking to Sean again? I'm not believing these stories.
Yeah, don't forget, at the bottom of the last hour, Sean does his magic pole dance right in front of
Oh man, that's right. I'm closing my eyes for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to close your eyes when things get like that. When things get that bad, just close your eyes and hope for the best. All right, guys, we'll be back in a few minutes and stay tuned. Oh, look, it's a horse. We were talking about horses earlier tonight. And that sounds like I was going to say a violin.
That's a Jaws harp. The mouth hyena.
Where you come through the harmonica? There's trouble here.
Put an age rating on this video.
When the sun's coming up on cakes on the griddle, laughing, nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country girl.
So you're trying to kill us. Come on.
That's the flow of the rope.
I'm 63 years old. You're going to die of heart attack.
You know what kind of videos you're watching at night?
When the sun's coming up on cakes on the griddle, laughing, nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country girl.
Sounds like the old man.
Yeah, you seem to go, but here, I have a heart attack right there.
What I wanted to my life was diamonds and jewels. Never was more than money and a fool. Ready in my feet and my Friday tools. Thank God I'm a country girl. Yes, people looking a black limousine. I love that people think that's a minor key. So let me tell you now exactly what I mean. Thank God I'm a country girl. When I got me a farm and I got me off, even when the sun's coming up, I'm cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a fight for the rhythm.
Sorry, I'm in trouble.
Thank God I'm a country girl. When I got me a farm and I got me off, either when the sun's coming up, I'm cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a fight for the rhythm. Thank God I'm a country girl.
Yeah, bad country girls. You always got to be watching. Constantly getting in trouble. Oh, goodbye, country girls. Welcome back to all the people out there in the world. I seen we had some country girls jumping around like a bunch of squirrels there for a minute. Not exactly sure what was happening there, but welcome back, everybody.
Yes, welcome to the actual porn segment of the show.
Actually, no. Next one, I'll have to play for the girls. I have to do that with the boys out there. I'm a country boy for them.
Oh, no, thank you. Me and Shawnee will pass on that one.
Now I see y'all just being hypocrites now, man. I see how y'all are. I got you. Tell them we got their
I don't want to
504.
see no guys. I don't want to see
Heidi
no
does,
guys
but not the rest
drunk
of us.
freaking-
Oh man, what I'm gonna do with y'all? What's that, Jimmy Lee? No, no. Oh, you mean in Bourbon Street? Oh man, look. So if you're a guy, okay, because it won't shock the women as much, but if you're a guy, I'm gonna warn you about the French Quarter. Okay, Bourbon itself has got a lot of clubs on it. You got a lot of fun clubs. Cat's Meow, which is kind of a you get on the floor and just dance till you can't dance anymore. It's all packed, sweaty. They even do a lot of karaoke there if you want to get up and sing. There's a couple other places like that. There's Pat O'Brien's, which is just fabulous because there's 5 bars in one, so you can just kind of roll around and check everything out and enjoy
Famous
yourself.
for Pat O'Brien's Pit
Meet a
Barbecue.
lot
Is
of
that also
people, listen to
correct?
a lot of different music.
And
Drink
it's
a lot.
famous for Pat O'Brien's Pit Barbecue, isn't it?
No, there's no barbecue there. It's
Oh,
Pat O'Brien's is Pat O'Brien's. So there's an outdoor bar which has a fire pit in the middle of it. And it's just as funny as hell. So I'm out there with some friends of mine from out of town. This is like a couple of years ago. And I think it was John and anyway. So we stopped in to get something to eat. We were hungry. And they serve a lot of booze in there. While we were getting our dinner, a rat, I mean, look, he's easily this big around. Jumped down, got him some stuff on the ground, got back up the wall, got in this tree and left. Like he did this all the time.
yeah, all day long. It's just
Good thing I was
pork
hungry.
rats are huge, man.
Good thing I
That's
was
fun.
hungry. The Dungeon, which is a great bar, but it's not for people who are claustrophobic because it's small and it's packed. And don't get upset because somewhere along the line, somebody's hand's going to go somewhere it don't belong. Sometimes it may be on purpose, sometimes it may not be, but the place is just so busy. The bar is, they got a bar and they got the seats coming off the bar. So between the back of the seats and the wall is about 2 feet. With a double line of people trying to get through there.
Sounds like Jim Collins in Savannah.
Yeah, then you get to the stairs. The double stairs are about the same way. You get upstairs, there's a dance floor, but even a dance floor is not bad. You can get out on it, but if you're standing around it, it's packed. And they, you get the little bar up there with the cages, with the girls hanging out the cages and stuff.
Thank you, Heidi.
There is where all the famous people go hang out and drink. Like we met the Foreigner and Journey, and they were all up in there. It was just a bar that a lot of people just like to hang out in and drink. It was nothing special about it. I mean, it was nothing. It was tiny. There wasn't like a bunch of fancy stuff on the walls, or it was just it was the dungeon. It had a little moat to cross when to get into the place, but like I said, it wasn't anything. And now getting to the part I was warning you people about. Yes. Well. So when you're in New Orleans, and if you're a guy, you're gonna go to one of the booby bars, be careful, because not all of them are real. Well, just be careful. Make sure ask the guy what kind of booby bar it is, not a girl. Well, I'd hate for you to be sitting in a chair and a big thing come flopping out in your face.
Yeah.
It might be just concerning. Worse than that, if you go to one of the side bars on one of the side streets, especially if you're past St. Anne. And you see people dancing on a bar, leave. Unless you're gay. If you're gay, stay. Oh, yeah, I'm just telling you. Next thing you're going to see is, flying in the wind. I had some friends in from Mardi Gras a couple of years ago. They were thirsty, and we just got to the question. I said, no, don't go in there. Wait,
that place looks good. Let's go in there. No.
Yeah, I said, no. I said, look, we got to walk up about 6 blocks, and there's all kind of bars. I said, let's go. They run into place, runs up to the bar. Shocked. And I didn't even want to go in there, so I sent the 2 girls, and they said, Jesus, the dude was hung to his. And I said, hey, the girls wanted to say, I said, they're gay, so you're wasting your time. And the 2 guys, you could just see it on their face. They had their drinks in their hand, but they were stunned.
It was probably worth it for the look of shock in the man's face.
I was like, well, one of the guys was shocked, and I shouldn't even say this because he said, I don't know, guy could have one that big. I wasn't sure how to take that, to be honest.
God.
I know I didn't want to take it. It was kind of embarrassing, kind of a little weird. And then
it always shocks me how people can visit your town. They don't listen to the person who lives in town about certain things. My brother and his idiot friend came down from their college in South Carolina to visit me on St. Patrick's Day, and they wanted to go down on River Street with their cowboy boots on. I said, no, guys, trust me, you want sneakers. And they're like, no. Like that's why we came down here. They're like gung ho, fraternity boys from college. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I finally capitulate, and we all put on our cowboy boots and go down on River Street. The instant my brother's heel touches the goddamn cobblestone, he's like, oh goddamn, you're right. We should have brought sneakers. I'm like, you idiot! I was living here for 5 years. Why wouldn't you take my advice in the first place?
Yeah, people are goofy.
It just goes to show you. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of thing it is.
The people. Well, I stopped up just not too long ago to pick up some friends down on Royal Street. They just got off the boat and they were eating. They stopped at some place eating. I said, whatever you do, don't eat on the Riverwalk. Wait till I come get you. I'll tell you somewhere good. Well, they don't listen. And the food's not bad there. It's expensive, and it's when they say season on the river, they just mean hot. They don't mean any season. When you get into the quarter, when they say seasoning, they mean seasoning. They mean your food's actually going to be really tasty. And if you want it hot, they'll make it hot for you. But so I said, well, y'all ate? He said, yeah. So I'm going to eat. And they said, because I'm hungry. I waited on y'all to eat. So we stopped at one of my favorite places, at Drago's, and I ordered a steak and grilled oysters and a couple of things that's coming out. And they're like, God, they smell so good. And he said, well, we got grilled oysters at the place. They were pretty good. I said, we'll try one of mine. And they're like, Jesus Christ.
So much better, yeah.
I said, I told you to wait. And then the steak, I cut the steak. He said, oh, man, the steak. I said, you want to bite of my damn steak? He's like, yeah. He said, oh, I'm so sorry. I will listen to you the rest of the trip. He said, baby, he said, the food is so much. So then I said, you know what? Because y'all are dumbass, I'm going to buy y'all a tiramisu. And so it comes in a bowl. The damn thing is it's just dessert. It's about this big.
Oh, good Lord.
Big. They ate until they fell over. And I said, y'all happy? And he said, oh, and I took him all kind of places. Well, Madonna down here, I took him to one of my favorite Italian restaurants, and then I took him over to Drago's, which Drago's is just problem with Drago's is it's a good all-around restaurant. Everything you can think of seafood or regular food is in there. And it's all done by spectacular chefs, but they're expensive. Dinner for 3 in there, just eating, having fun, will cost you $350, $400. If you're drinking, $500, $600. Well, I took Emily and John to dinner there. It cost me $477.
Wow.
Hmm.
It's
Since we're in
You
the
have to
food
get
porn
dressed
segment,
up. You
I
have
have
to
a
get
similar
dressed in the
story.
tie.
Huh?
do what?
I was wondering, do you need to get in the dress in
Nope.
the tie?
You
and
can go
suit
in
doing it?
jeans and a regular shirt. No t-shirts, but jeans and regular shirt.
Well,
You don't have to get not dressed down or nothing like that. Now, at Italian restaurants, you have to be dressed nice, but it didn't matter with John and I. And we were dressed nice anyway. But I wanted to take them somewhere they could just eat, and try a bunch of different stuff. And poor Emily can eat, man. Let me tell you what, that girl can eat, and considering she's this big around. But I know a lot of little girls that can eat like. I shouldn't call little. Anyway, I know a lot of women that can eat a lot when they want to. And they run nonstop. Them two, Jesus. I mean, they're like nonstop running, and I don't even know how they do it. I don't know how John does. It'd kill my ass. What's that, Christopher? John Goodwin. He was hosting. I like John's a good friend of mine. He's a lot of fun to pick with, but no, he's president of Galaxy Press. Yes.
Yeah, he runs the company,
not a
and
fucking-
he's in charge of the L. Ron Hubbard Trust for the
Yeah.
artists and writers of the future.
He's the fiction. He takes care of all the fiction from L. Ron Hubbard. Bridge, I believe, takes care of all the nonfiction. Yeah. Hey, it's one of them things.
Who
Oh,
takes
there's
care of
that
the art?
CP.
I guess it just depends on what story it goes with. Who
Yeah,
takes
well,
care of it.
all fiction goes with John. All nonfiction goes with Bridge. So whatever category it falls in, that's who they get it. I met John. You really want to hear the story, Glinda? I met John, God, 8 or 9 years ago. He wrote to me about coming on a show and talking to me about Writers of the Future. He knew we had an international audience. And I was like, cool, come on, we'll talk about it. But he was bugging me back and forth to get us to push him and get on the network. He wanted his own show. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I have to think about it. And I'm not real big on these contests because I've been invited to a few over the years. And so we had a big audience, so people want to invite us because they're not so much looking to make money from having us there, but to find more winners, more people to compete. And so I said, sure. We talked a little bit. And then he tells me this. So he goes, well, let me tell you about the contest, Joe. He said, if you win, we fly you out to Los Angeles on our ticket. We put you in a hotel room on our ticket. Now, they have to feed themselves and they have to get their own tux or their own dress. So they did. So then if you have a family member, they take care of them. This is really crazy. So they got you out there. They let you meet, well, some seriously famous authors and some seriously famous illustrators. And these guys teach you how to be a real artist, a real author, a real illustrator, which is great. And the fact that they take all the time to do this. And then he tells me, and it's blind judge. And I like to fell out my fucking chair. I'm not kidding you. He's blind judge. I said, yeah, bullshit, John. I don't fucking believe in you, man. Get the fuck out of here, Flu. I said, nobody blind judge. I'm like, get the fuck. I said, there ain't no fucking way you can convince me it's blind judge. And then and I said, you're not going to convince me that somewhere along the line, these fucking poor Slavs ain't putting up some money. Because everywhere else I had been, somewhere along the line, there was like a $500 catch somewhere. Because, they needed prize money. So, and we went back and forth on this for like 2 years, writing back and forth, maybe 18 months. And he just says, you know what? Why don't you come out? This is the year they were coming back from COVID. He said, why don't you come out this year? I said, okay, on one condition. I said, I get unfeathered cat, not feathered asshole. I get
unfettered.
I said, I get unfettered ass. Now you see what you got me saying? I get unfettered access to all of them. I mean, everybody, writers, services, authors, the winners, the losers, the judges, the staff, everybody. I mean, everybody. And John already knew I could be an asshole if I wanted to be. So he said, sure. I was like, really? That easy? Agreed that easy. So I come back. I'm waiting to start asking questions, and people like, well, Joe, all that bullshit that people do.
Hey, come here, listen to this.
That when they don't want to answer a question, they give you all this him and han and bullshitting around. A walk-in Arthur Services, first beautiful place, by the way. And being a contract, I really loved everything was done in a hardwood white oak finish. Beautiful. Whoever did the trim there did a fabulous job. All the key work, all the wainscoting was like, wow. And then they got this massive coffee machine, and yeah, Broomhilda, as I like to call her, goes over and makes. I gotta quit doing this. She's gonna get mad at me one day. It makes me a cup of coffee out this damn machine. And I'm like, wow, man, y'all living the high life in this place. So I go to asking questions. I'm expecting people to hem and haw around. So everything I asked, she answered crisp, clean answers. So there was like 4 people up in author services that they didn't know me from being. Now they all know me pretty well, but I
Sure,
asked
they regret
questions.
that.
Yeah, I probably do, but I ask questions and they answer them crisp and clean. I'm like, wow, okay. So I get over to the judges. I start asking judges questions. And Tom Woods like, what the fuck's I feel like I'm on the interrogation here. I said, no, I'm sorry, Tom. I'm just learning about y'all. Tom and I, which are now pretty decent.
Oh,
friends
he's in
most
book
of the time.
35. I have that.
Yes, and well, Tom's one of the
Oh, wow.
judges, and yeah, he's one of the judges, and so I'm asking all the judges, is
Hey,
it really
Cindy.
blind judge? How is it blind judged? And she's telling me how it's blind judged, and all the judges tell me it's blood. So I said, does there any push? Anybody pushes you in a certain direction or anything? He said, no, all we get is a number, and then we send it back on who we thought was the best. And I was like, really? So then they introduced me to Jody Lanai, who's one of the coordinating judges, and a good friend of mine, Echo Turner, who is another coordinating judge for the illustrators, and I'm talking to them about it. So, and everybody still answered me crisp and clean. There's no like, oh, I got to think about how I'm going to answer this, because they don't know what the fuck I'm going to ask, because you know how I am. I ask whatever I feel randomly, and they're just kind of like, well, they're just answering away. So I go talk to a lot of vendors, ask them if there was any other thing that they didn't tell me about. Everybody's having a great time. Everybody said everything they said they were going to do, they did. So then I meet Joni, who's a coordinator, everything, and we talked for a long while, and I was impressed with her. And then I sat down with this woman called Emily. I said, okay, we're going to get it now. We got this Emily chick up here. She looks like she's going to crack. I was talking about Emily Goodwin. And Emily and I talked for it. And she was busy. I didn't know at the time, but she was the one doing the gala, putting the event together. So I pulled her off what she was doing to come talk to me, which was rude on my part, by the way. And she did. And her answers were crisp and clean. So my first day and a half, 2 days there, I'm like, wow, this can't be true. Somebody's actually fucking telling me the truth for once in my life. So I said, we'll let it go. I was only there for 4.5 days the first time. And I came away with a sense of, you know what? I'm going to have to ease up on these guys a little bit, because it really does seem to be what it is. So I said, John, you might have to come next year. So I come next year for 10 days.
Drive safely, Heidi.
Hey, Heidi, you're not supposed to be on the road. You're too young to drive at this time of night. It's I thought in Colorado you could drive after 6 p.m. if you were a female. Yeah, I know them old blue laws out there in Colorado, man. I know all about them old laws. Yeah, they still ain't took them off the books yet. But anyway, so I get out there, 10 days. I got a lot of time to spend a lot of time with the judges. And the judges and I went over a lot of stuff. And at no point are they coerced or bothered to do anything but to do what they're doing. And unfortunately, there were some other people I had met that either had connections or knew winners, and I talked to them. And then there's another host on the network, of course, who's a winner. And y'all all know him. He hosts on Monday night with his lovely, wherever she went off to. With Jack? No, I was talking about Dolly. Dolly and Preston are on Mondays, yeah. Preston won the award, yes.
Did he write a book or did he write a story?
Yeah, you got to write a story. It's got to be 17,000 words or less. And now I see. Well, I knew. See, and this was a really good thing for me, because I knew Preston. Preston and I had done many interviews over the years together, and we didn't always agree, but we did many interviews, and I knew who he was. So when I realized it, I was like, well, shit, Preston wouldn't be hooked up with no riggedy old negative organization. No, I was there for 35 minutes. Yeah, it's up there somewhere. Yes. Let's see. So what is it? 41, 40,
That's
39,
his story
38,
in book 35.
37, 36, 35, and 34. So from 34 to 41, I've been there. Well, 2 of the years they were together, I think it was a COVID year. And that might have been when 35 was out in the COVID year.
I don't know if it has the date of the whole set or just the book. It looks like most of the stories.
Well-
yeah, this book is 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have been April of 2019. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, we got to see Dolly and Preston. What was it the year before last, right, Dolly? 2 years ago, right? I get these years all confused. They all run together. It's a good thing I know I got a high IQ. I'd wonder sometimes.
But we've had both of them on UFO Undercover recently too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You're welcome, Heidi.
But anyway, to answer your question, Cindy Lou, it's I give them an A+ rating. They haven't done anything I wouldn't consider above board or anything else. No, at all. No, I know what your question preferred. I'm not going to bring that up here, but I know what you were talking about. No, not at all. No interference whatsoever. None. I was quite impressed by that because I thought for sure, like how you did, that maybe there was some finigga and nigging going on in there, but there wasn't. Yeah, finigga everywhere.
Dolly says met you then and yes when you called for her.
Okay.
She said yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, that's cool. And then, yeah, no, okay. Frankie G. Everybody I know got the fucking COVID. I got it 4 times. You know what? I wish I could too, because I would. So what pissed me off about COVID is my uncle was had been seeing some clinic, right? And we were remodeling his bathroom. And he came back, he's snuffing. Well, my son and I got it, we gave it to my wife. But anyway, my son got it first. At the time, he was like 34, 35, I guess. He's like 39 now. So he gets it. He didn't even move for like 5 days. He was just out of it. He was just done and over. He was sick as a dog. And then I got it from him. And really for like 5 days, I didn't want to do anything. I got enough braveness up to go get me some broccoli and cheese soup just to have something to eat. And then my wife got it and put her in a hospital for 11 days. And but nobody knew what the fuck it was. No one knew what we had. No man. We know China disease. No, we have not. Anyway, no one actually knew what we had because this was in January. This was before the release of COVID. So what happened was I went to go see my doctor. I said, Doc, it's been 16 days. I'm still kind of feeling a little on the rough side. She's like, what are you, Joe? Flu and colds, 10 days. That's it. You don't get no more than that. I said, well, you need to start running some tests. And she said, well, you know, we had some other people that were having some problems like this, maybe. And then 5 days later, they announced COVID and told us what COVID had. And then
ding, ding, ding. Hello.
And then they started on the shot thing. Okay, I went and got my shots, but the thing of it is, once I had gotten it, every doctor I talked to said the same thing. She said, Joe, you had the bad version. You're going to be immune to COVID. And but you had to have your card. Yeah, you had to have your card to get around in the world. Well, I wasn't going to get in a fight with the government. I'm just going to go get my card and go around. I didn't go get 8 million shots like the dumbasses who all got cancer did, but
am I a dumbass?
Well, you didn't get it from that probably. You didn't have it enough time. It's it might have been something else with you. That's the problem with cancer. Yeah. Too many things cause. But you know what the number one cause of cancer is, right, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all know what the number one cause is? I do.
What?
The easy thing. Stress.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And not only is it the number one, but it's the number one by a long distance.
Really? Stress. I never heard that. Never heard
stress. Stress causes cancer. Well, because they couldn't figure out why some people smoke cigarettes got cancer, why some people didn't get cancer, and why some people smoke cigarettes and lived to be 105 years old. It was like, none of that makes any sense.
Because those people that smoked cigarettes and lived 105 years old just plainly did not give a shit.
And yeah, unfortunately, stress is a killer. Well, doctors
parasites too, yeah.
It doesn't just kill you. It just doesn't kill you with cancer either. It kills you with heart disease. Stress is just a motherfucker. Yep. Sugar. So Michelle, sugar's a weird beast. If it's real sugar and it's not like 8 by the fucking pound, it's okay for you. If it's artificial sugar, it's bad for you any way you go about it. It's there's supposed to be a new kind of shit coming out that has no side effects, doesn't have any harm to the body, and it's just as sweet as regular sugar. Well, why do you think so many people buy Coca-Cola out of Mexico? Because it still uses regular cane sugar. The Coke in the United States, as far as I know, no soft drinks in the United States uses real cane sugar anymore.
Pepsi Cola still runs a line. It's called it's the free line, Pepsi Free or Pepsi something like that, where they have the actual sugar in it. And then they had 3 of them is Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, and I think one other flavor on their line has pure sugar in it. But no, you're right. With the current process for all Coca-Cola brands, it's high fructose corn syrup they use to sweeten it. But in Mexico, they still use sugar, and it comes in a glass bottle, and it's now subject to tariffs.
I love this. They would have to kill me to get pure sweetness.
Yeah, we know you're sweet as a pancake. Don't even lie.
Don't forget it's Sunday morning in New Zealand or Australia.
Yeah.
You want to know what the problem is for all Aussies and all New Zealanders? You want to know what the real problem is? Lack of fucking oxygen. The closer you get to the bottom of the planet, the thinner the air
That's
gets.
oxygen. Yeah, it is thinner down there.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
It's just like the same thing that's wrong with all them people who live in them high areas.
No, it actually forms the exact same logic argument that people use for the flat Earth theory.
Oh Lord. Yeah. It's hey, I can't help you. I never met an Aussie that wasn't crazy. And every Aussie,
you've come to the right place.
I will say this. I've partied with a lot of different people around the world. A lot of different people from a lot of different countries. Them fucking Aussies can party. They party like New Orleans party people. I like you motherfuckers.
The few Australians I've met are nuts. They're crazy. They're wonderful people. But you guys are crazy.
I think Chris and I did like 3 days straight. It was
that's right.
Most people I meet can't handle that. People from New York, I can party, and 5 hours later they want to go to bed, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
You got nothing on the Australians.
Go home, go to sleep, man. See, in New Orleans, it's different. Our bars are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But better than that, there is no such thing as a liquor store. The convenience stores and the gas stations are the liquor stores. So you can buy liquor anytime you want, as much as you want. Nobody gives
any
shit.
store, yeah.
And if that's not good enough for you, they have that drive-through daiquiris. Yes,
that's crazy, man.
Go get a.
What they call?
Well, they have brew-throughs in Ohio. You can't buy a drink ready, to consume, but you can go through and buy a case of beer, package of cigarettes, etc.
That's what I'm saying, Michelle. You get you a daiquiri, get you a chocolate daiquiri or a white Russian daiquiri. Just get a virgin daiquiri. That's all.
Yeah,
the daiquiris are still good. They just don't have any liquor in them.
Yeah. They're called Jacks, and that was back in 1985 down in Florida. Jacksonville.
Mish, I was a bartender all through college and even a little bit outside of college, still looking for regular work. But one of my specialties was frozen daiquiris, and I'll make you a daiquiri, whatever flavor is your favorite. You'll never taste the alcohol in it.
Why do you want to live in Amsterdam for?
In the old days, I would have wanted to live there, but I hear it's.
Just move to the United States. The whole country's going to be weed free in a few.
No, it's
more
not
years.
even that though. See, I used to like Amsterdam. I thought about going there because the Cannabis Cups Awards there and all kind of other good stuff's there. But lately, I hear horror stories about Sweden and Switzerland, and Norway and them. I mean, they let in. They said their rate went up 440%. In the United States, we'd be going fucking ballistic. 4% we go fucking ballistic.
One of my friends who is Norwegian and migrated home from America regrettably reports not anything like that, but one of her neighbors is one of the foreign people that came in. I think an Asian lady, but she has different hours and continues to play music very, very loud late in the morning, disturbing the peace of everyone else in the apartment building. So it's a culture clash, whether it's that kind of thing or it's the increased uptake in crime and rape. Germany right away when those immigrants, ran across their borders. I don't know how many years ago. They're still regretting it. They're still fighting those people off. And we haven't seen the repercussions of it yet. We're seeing what ICE is having to do and what happened with this poor woman that was shot. But we really haven't seen the uptick in rape and that kind of violent crime. They do try to highlight it, but it isn't the same as uptick as in Europe at 400% in some of those countries. If that were to happen here, I bet and I hope those idiot far left leaning morons would, change
because
their tune.
places like New York and LA have seen upticks. Chicago's seen upticks. There's been a couple of cities,
but not a
besides
level
them.
of 400%.
No, not even that. No, we're talking like 3%, 4%. No,
How are you talking about this?
We're not talking about that. Where in the hell did the promos on the wall go over here? Why aren't they under media assets?
What are we looking for?
I was looking for the promos.
They should be under media assets. That's what I was saying about earlier. They're not there. Video clips is where they should be. There's none there.
They're there. Oh no, they're right. No, what happened?
No, they're not. It's those ones where he was playing with earlier.
What happened? Oh, that bites. I'm gonna get on somebody's ass.
Those are the ones that are up there. The be right back ones in the countdown to.
The hell?
Yeah, I know.
Somebody did a boo-boo somewhere.
I wonder who.
Well, everybody's gonna have to put their damn banner things back on. Well, that fucking sucks, man. What, Jack? No, that just pisses me off. Because it should be there. We use those. We were getting ready to use them in just a few minutes. No. I don't know. What is it? I don't know. What
Look out. Look out.
But you're about.
Boom.
And we're back. Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, I didn't know that one did that. It
We're
gives
back.
a little you see, look at that. Is it a 10-second countdown?
I have to go back and look. It's somewhere up there. Yeah.
Where did it go? It was just up there. Disappeared.
And it's 10 seconds. Well, I don't know, but I'm hostile now, man. I did ask Michelle one time maybe put them all in one place. I wonder if that's what she did. Well, no, this says this. Okay. Now I'm really confused. This one says UPO and promos. New brand.
That's crazy.
This kind of stuff made you start drinking, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Made me start drinking. Now, what the fuck is this?
I just put it up there.
Yeah, I was about to put a finger up there. It's all kind of shit in here. Anyway, we don't need to be doing this because we're getting ready to go to break anyhow. We'll just use a music break. But no, I wanted to put some promos on, Jackson, brother. Yeah, I wanted to put some promos on. Jay's down there playing with the music. Turn that nasty stuff off, man.
Built in.
Yeah,
Got Petey the Ducks.
Okay, come on. Let's get back to chatting and let's play. What do you mean, California? No. You could go to LA. Just don't go to places in LA that you shouldn't go. I mean, LA is a big place. There's lots of places to go. There's lots of places nobody's going to bother you. I mean,
LA's big. It's not so much tall as it is wide. It's got some tall buildings, but it's a very, very wide area. I mean, you're seeing like aerial views of it. It's huge. It's a big city.
You can just go roaming around and see what you can get into. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hanging out there for a weekend or two, check out the Hollywood scene. See what kind of celebrities you can rub elbows with.
You're talking about Venezuela. We'll see what Rubio is going to probably end up dealing with Venezuela. JD better watch out because Rubio might be the guy. I see his numbers are starting to climb. I hear his voice being talked about a lot more. I mean, come on, he's running three
What if
major departments.
what if the people of Venezuela vote Marco Rubio Venezuelan president?
Marco Rubio would be like, "Fuck you, Americans! I'm out of here. I'm an emperor now." No, I don't think it worked that way. No, he don't want to go nowhere.
Maybe that's how Trump's going to build his empires. He's going to impose himself
Rubio's going
into
to be
other
president.
governments that way and put his cabinet in there one by one.
And because that would disqualify him from ever being an American president. Rubio ain't going to take that chance. It's, he's like, no, because right now his well, think about it. So he's running three major departments, done all kind of extra stuff for the president, and handling the Venezuela problem. What the fuck does JD Vance do? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Play with his weenie. I mean, what's he doing?
Allegedly runs NASA. Never a straight answer.
I don't know what he's doing. We better get his ass on the ball. Get us on Mars or something. People be looking at you, Vance, and I mean, you cheating all the.
I will say that I think Vance lost some popularity points the way he's talking about this Wednesday incident with this woman being shot. Honestly, I have no sympathy for the woman. She shouldn't have inserted herself in the situation to begin with. Being ignorant of the fact that she thought she was doing the right thing, whether she thinks she's doing the right thing or not, it was still an illegal thing. Whether she was ignorant of that fact or not is moot. The fact is that she endangered herself and those around her. I mean, her wife, girlfriend, whatever, could have been also shot had she gotten into the vehicle before they, smacked into the officer.
Well, the wife is the one that looks like she caused the biggest problem. She was the one.
She was the one taunting the police officers. Yes,
and she was the one telling. What's the girl in the car?
Okay, now go back to the video and look at it. Okay, so the girlfriend, wife, whatever it was, taunting the police officer, but the one in the car definitely had a smug, reaction.
No, she said something to the cop too.
Ew, look at what I'm doing. You can't touch me because I'm white and I'm pretty. No, I'm sorry, you're breaking the law, lady.
But she said something to the cop.
On the road, they're supposed to be this way. That's how the roads work. Not this
way. when the cop goes by, when the car goes by the cop, she says something to the cop, and then when the girl goes by the cop, she says something by the cop.
Yeah, she's very smug, but she's not as rude as the girlfriend. But she does have a very smug, like, you look at me, you can't touch me because I'm white, pretty, and blonde. The fact is that you're breaking the law, and they were asking you to stop breaking the law, and you would not. And then when you try to flee from being arrested, that's when you become a criminal.
Dolly heard it. She chose to forsake her kids and insert her indignity in the wrong place.
She stuck her nose up someone else's ass where it didn't belong. Exactly, 100%.
We might have to get Dolly a job. The fucking truth of the matter is that she should have been doing something else. This was her hobby. It's not even the first time. It's not even the first time that they've been doing this shit. This was their thing. This was their hobby. This is what they went and did. There's so many. See, this is the problem right now. There's so much fucking anger in the planet right now. You've got two sides. I was talking to this with two of the winners today. I said, you really want to make money here? I'll tell you the secret. There's only two sides that cater to that right now. Usually there's all kind of shit you got to cater to. I said, right now you've got the angry world and the happy world. Cater to one or the other. I said, you'll be a millionaire. I said, because, that's where we are. I don't know if we're going to get out of it, but that's where we are. And if you liberals, you can't even talk to liberals anymore. If I talk to any of my liberal friends and they know I'm not a conservative, and they still lose their fucking mind.
It's honestly, I live in a little tiny small town. I don't think anything bad's going to happen here. It's mostly people my age and older, and a few families with young kids. But I don't think there's going to be any outbreak. But this kind of stuff happening worldwide, I'm starting to think about, because in my state where me and Shawnee live, it's open carry. I can carry a gun as long as it's wide open, everyone can see it. I'm thinking about carrying a gun every day now. It's getting ridiculous to the point where I'll just strap on my cowboy gun. It hangs low on my hip, and I can stuff underneath my jacket, and I can pull it out really, really quick. And if somebody needs a bullet in their face, I put it to them in their 3 or 4 seconds, maybe less.
It's
damn, you're violent tonight, Jay.
I'm just saying that I'm pretty quick with my cowboy gun. I can put a bullet in your face within less than 3 seconds. I can take my M9 Beretta with 16 bullets in it and aim it at a target and go, and I can empty those 16 bullets in less than a second. So that's the good thing about. I mean, everyone thinks let's do some bullet stuff here. Everyone thinks the OK Corral is this huge, Western shoot 'em up where 5 or 6 cowboys were gang sacked by 4 or 5 deputy sheriffs and what have you. What actually happened was 5 cowboys attacked 4 sheriffs, 4 marshals actually, and the gunfight only lasted about 30 seconds. But every movie you've ever seen, the whole gunfight takes like 5 or 6 minutes, and every movie is at least 2 hours long. It was a 30-second event. Gunfights aren't, if they're more than extended, it's a war. They're close up, they're ugly, they're quick, and they're fast. It's just the nature and the reality of it, especially if you're a police officer. It's not glorious like it is in the movie where like everyone gets behind a barrel and shoots 5,000 rounds down range until they get a lucky shot bouncing off a tree root and getting the guy in the ankle. It's not Hollywood. It just doesn't happen that way.
The only place you're going to see battles like that is a front line battle. You're going to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anything more extended than that, you're on the front line.
And actually, in today, I don't even know if you're going to see that in today's battles with all the drones and shit. So I don't know.
It might get close to some of these cities like Chicago and DC before the National Guard came in, but and Savannah was like that in the 90s, way back in '93. But I mean, it wasn't to the point where people were hiding behind barrels and stuff. But it was nasty.
Oh, that's crazy. Michelle was at the doctor's office Thursday afternoon when the pew pew took place in Portland on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We were locked down inside and couldn't leave for hours. Didn't see anything. I was inside the doctor's office across from hospital. Huh.
I've been in a few weird situations in my time, both in the service and out of the service. But
yeah, make sure there's only one story being told, Dolly. Yours, not theirs.
Well, down here, if you ask a cop, he says if someone comes in and trying to break in your house and you're going to shoot him, make sure they fall inside the house.
And that's pretty much the advice most lawyers would give you. The fact of the matter is when someone tries to cause you harm, at that very moment there are 2 stories going on, yours and theirs. Which one do you think is more important, theirs or yours? In my case, it's mine. Theirs is not. So I would shoot at him.
Oh yeah, the cops always tell you the same thing. Make sure you kill him.
Yeah, make sure that only your story gets told. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Unless today though, you got to be careful because there's so many cameras around. There are so many cameras around. Good thing this isn't auto feed. They're everywhere today. I mean, if you go down an average block of any neighborhood, how many home cams you're going to see? How many of them are going to catch something going on? They don't always catch, but they catch a lot of stuff these days.
Funny you mention that. Ring is offering, I believe, $1 million bounty for anyone catching UFOs or aliens on the ground with their Ring camera doorbell.
Whoa. Oh, I got one in my front door.
It specifically has to be the doorbell, though.
That's okay. I got a big, huge front yard. Okay, we got it.
It's got to be.
We're gonna buy a couple of drones, hook it up, build a sauce around. Ooh.
Maybe more a little realistic if they said Bigfoot, but that was on the news.
And wait, I'm gonna make it so when the door open and Sean can come out. I am looking for Joe. I am from this planet. Yep. Joe said, "This is your official greeting."
Yeah.
I'm going to come down and knock on your door at 3 a.m, Joe.
No, don't do that. The auto defenses might tell you to shoot your ass.
Yeah, and he'll be awake too, anyways.
Yeah, I would be awake, but I got a 20 millimeter on each end of the house, man. They're on auto feed.
I got that too, but it's instead of bright lights in my car, I have 2 50 millimeter cannons, trunk, belt fed from the trunk in place of high beams. It's excellent.
I know that if there was a zombie apocalypse, I would be either in Joe's house or Jay's house.
Bring it on, brother. I'm a lot closer.
Yeah.
You know what I missed? I was talking to Jay about this last night. I want to get me a new lever action. So I can put speed clips on. Nice. I missed that, man. I used to be able to flip it over, spin around, put that speed clip on it. You shoot it one-handed like that. I'd kill you.
I've got an 1892 backpacker, or is it the backpacker? I forget what they call it, something like that. But it's a carbine Winchester 45 long Colt. It holds 12 at 100 yards. I can hit a gong plate 11 out of 12. At 200 yards, I can hit it 10 out of 12. That's pretty good.
Man, at 200 yards, I hit the bitch, spin around, hit it, go and make it spin the other way.
I missed the last two or the last one, but the first 11 hit every time. So as long as you're not the first guy in front of me, you're okay.
First time I
Well, I'm
did
glad
that.
you're safe, Michelle. I'm glad you're safe, Michelle.
First time I did that at the contest, the guy was like, "What the?" He was stunned. Now it's a thing. You make you do it now.
I'm
But see,
glad you're
that
safe,
is-
Michelle.
Even my wife would shoot somebody. There's 2 guns in the house right now. She'd grab one of them, and shoot somebody. No, usually there's more than 2. There's only 2 right now. There'll be 4 soon. What?
I got to be honest. So wearing a gun it's a problem solver. I guarantee you, when I was fleeing from Savannah from the hurricane, my friend and I would have been jumped by a truckload of rednecks had I not shown them my firearm that was on my side.
Oh, yeah, that happens. You'd be surprised, especially for people who travel later or in places they shouldn't be. Now, they're not doing anything bad, but they might be traveling or something or going. So it's always good to have it where it can be seen. Michelle would have jumped out and put some kung fu in her ass.
Well, see, this was in Georgia, and at the time I had a concealed carry permit, so I had my 1911 on my side, but I had a long coat on around it to hide it from the general public because we were fleeing. We were on the highway. Traffic was, 4 lanes going north, and nobody's going anywhere. We sat there for 30 minutes on the side of the road. So, but anyway, when these guys came up, I just pulled my jacket around to show the hilt of it and said, "Yeah, we're waiting on the hurricane," and they drove off.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to be like that. I mean, Jimmy, I don't have Martha in here. I'd show you. Now, you should always have a clip. I mean, a hoster that you can clip. I got one that came with it. It's just a plastic, and it's a great fast draw, but it doesn't have a clip on it. When you're in close quarters, you want that clip to be on there so someone can't just slide the gun out.
Just what people may not know about holsters. There are several kinds. There's leather. There's Kydex, which is like a plastic, like Joe's talking about. And then there's hybrids, which is plastic and leather or plastic and nylon. And then there are also nylon ones. But throughout all types of holster, no matter what it's made out of, plastic, leather, metal, etc., they all have, particularly for policemen's reasons, they have different retention levels, meaning that the holster holds stronger the higher the number. So retention level 1 is usually like a slip through or speed, like your cowboy type of rig would be a retention 1. There's really nothing that holds the holster in except for a leather thong. But the retention 2 is usually like a clip, like Joe's talking about. And the retention 3 is usually more elaborate. Like what the police carry, you have to push down, and depending on the type of model it is, you either pull in towards your body or out to the right, or you push forward and then you pull up. So there's a rhythm to it. And if you don't do that, the gun will not come out. It's locked in the holster. And we've seen videos where with officers with retention 3 holsters, the bad guy gets a hold of it, doesn't know how to operate it. They're pulling on it. They're pulling the officer around by his belt and his gun handle, but they're not getting the gun out because they don't know how to operate it.
What, Keith? No, I in the old days I might carry more than I used to keep. A 380 I carried on the right boot, and a 25 I carried on the left boot. 9mm that I carried on the back side of me, and then like the one I got now, what was a 45 911 that I carried on the right side. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna kill your ass. No, don't come fucking around with me. Leave my family alone. It's there's been several times that people have tried to fuck with us. Poor Joe tried to get us killed on some Indian reservation in the middle of fucking Colorado somewhere.
Oh God!
I think it might not be Colorado. It was either Colorado. No, it was Colorado. And we stopped for gas about 3:30 in the morning at a Shell station. And four hombres sitting over there on the thing watching us. And Joe's like, "I'm thirsty, man. I want to get something to drink." I said, "Well, go inside and get us a Coke. I want to fill up the car." And I kept noticing they would look at him. So I reached in, took the gun out of the car, put it on my hip, and was just sitting there watching, filled up the car. And I was thinking about something. Oh, I had some Clint Eastwood cigars with me. And I was going to move the car, and I was going to light one up, but I went on the other side of the car and just stuck one in my mouth. I was going to light it. And I seen Joe coming out the store. And I was like,
elbows and assholes.
these motherfuckers all 4 stand up at the same time and get ready to cut him off. And as they're doing that, I start walking towards him. And I got my hand just leaning up against the hilt. And I get a little bit close. I'm like, hey boys, what y'all doing? I said, don't be harassing my friend. Oh, and the guy went. He got to get. He was gonna walk over and get right in my face and be a smart ass. And he's seen the gun. And he was like, oh, where are you from? I said, I'm from kill people for fucking buddies. I said, I said, don't make me put you in my trunk. I'd feed you to the alligator. I said, you gonna let him pass? Oh no, we just gonna tell him. We're just gonna hi and tell him hi. And I said, dude, just don't. I said, Joe, go get in the car. Joe's like, this like some Western. I said, quit the fucking car, asshole.
Hey Joe, you got yourself a good belly gun?
And I used to don't even. You know what I missed? Oh, that's nice. Oh, you see this? So I had a holster with a Derringer in it. It was built into it. My stepdad gave me. Yeah.
I have a holster for it.
No, not a holster. Not a holster. A wallet. It was built into the wallet.
Oh, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I wish I still had it. It was cool. Yeah, that's let me get my wallet. Yeah, well, you did now. Boom, boom. Oops, sorry.
Well, that little fella's in 38 special. It shoots 2 bullets, and I have 2 rounds for it. I have hollow point Hydra-Shocks and snake shot.
Yeah,
I'll either give you about 20 bullet holes or
that
one
shit would
bullet hole.
bounce off me like I do this. Oh, it just bounce off.
Damn Rambo's there. You guys are Rambo's.
No, I don't have any long guns right now.
And
John,
you
no.
can see all the swords on the wall, can't you, Shawnee?
Mm-hmm. I've. You mean how many long guns have I owned? I've owned a lot. I've had a bunch of different shotguns, rifles. Well, I had a 90-pound crossbow. I missed that bitch. I killed at 200 yards with that thing. Not even make a sound. Matter of fact, we were on horseback hunting
It's
deer.
break time, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's
go.
break
We were,
time.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get it in a minute. We were on horseback hunting deer in this little place in the Chapelaya Basin, and I reached down, got the crossbow, shot at one hand too. Shot this deer through one side, came out this side, punched his heart, he just fell over. None of the deers even moved. They were just walking around eating. Didn't even fucking phase them. I said, "Can we kill another?" He's like, "Can we kill another?" And I said, "We can take 3." So he took 3. They didn't even notice us until we got off the horse, and they smelled us. They didn't even see us. They smelled us when we got off the horses. They couldn't smell us in the horse, and the horses were just walking amongst them like they were deer, and they just didn't even.
The horses' pheromones.
You ever heard the expression
overtook
shooting?
yours.
Yeah, you ever heard the expression shooting fish in the barrel? There you go. Shooting deer in a glade on a horse. Well, it was nice.
They're not the brightest creatures anyway to begin
Yeah,
with.
but they usually have a good sense of hearing, a good sense of smell. It's but we found out old timer taught us horseback they can't really smell you, but and then the paper mills kill their smell.
Oh
Well,
my
it's
yeah,
about
that's-
anybody smell all that sulfur coming out of.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
But they'll
That's
smell
the
you.
worst thing for the world,
Yeah.
man. That's bad.
But they'll generally
Every
smell
night
you.
at midnight, when I was stationed in Charleston, every night at midnight they would turn on the paper mill, and it stunk to high heaven, man. It was terrible.
Nasty shit. I was in Savannah my first year, it was my first year, and I literally it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Someone knocked on the door. I was just asleep. I was in college, obviously, so I was probably hungover too. But I went downstairs and answered the door. I think it was one of my roommates forgot their keys, so they were locked out. And as soon as they opened the door, it was like a punch in the face. It smelled like a week-old dirty diaper, poo smell right in my face. I was like, I almost vomited right there. I'm like, oh my God, what's that smell? And my roommate, as he's walking in, goes, oh, that's just a paper mill. I'm like, close the door behind him. Nasty. Ugh. Worst
Anyway,
ever.
we're gonna cue this up. What's that crap? Yeah, no, we got that. No, this should be our last promo. Why? This is 3 Doors Down. Mm-hmm. Well, last night I was on a Red Foo kick. It was all Jay's fault. Something about Jay's head reminds me of Red Foo. I don't know why, it just does. Don't be a hater. You know what? I'm gonna use one of my most famous and fabulous expressions. Don't be a hater. Be a what? Don't be a hater. Be a what? Be a masturbator. It's what do you mean I got an award for that on NBC? What y'all talking about? That thing was great. People love that shit. Yeah, I came with that about 2 decades ago. Somebody was irritating me, and I looked over at him. I said, "Why don't you stop being a hater and be a masturbator?" And then it took off after that.
I'm
Yeah,
still
it was
thinking I
very
should sue Ancient Aliens for stealing my lines.
well, yeah, aliens love you, man. Anyway, let me put this song on. I'm essing around like I ain't got nothing to do over here. Dun, 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 dun. Guy's in his underwear, man. What is this?
What?
Dude's in his underwear, man.
Oh, good Lord. What have
It's a
you
good
got us
song.
into?
It's a good song.
Okay. if I
No,
can
no,
get
it's
to-
a good song.
Where's the play button? There
We're
it
not
is.
going to get hit for this song, are we, Joe?
I don't think so. I haven't before. Well, we'll keep an eye out.
I don't know this song.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. Well, I watched the world flip to the dark side of the moon. But I feel there's nothing I can do. Yeah. I watched the world flip to the dark side of the moon. After all, I knew it had to be something to do with you. I really don't mind what happens now and then, as long as you'll be my friend at the end. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman might, kryptonite. You call me strong, you call me weak, but still your secrets I will keep. You took for granted all the times I never let you down. You stumbled in and bumped your head. If not for me, then you'd be dead. I picked you up and put you back on solid ground. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman might, kryptonite. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind, kryptonite. Yeah! If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman might, kryptonite.
That's a good song. That
Yeah, it's
is a
pretty good
good
It's a
song.
good song.
It's I used to listen to it in a couple of other ones. I had a nice grunge tape. What would we call it? A tape, I guess it was a. Well, shit, I don't know what it was back then. I'm not even sure what I had it on. Free video. I don't know free video. What is this? Somebody sending me porn or something? Here, get out of here. No, you never know on YouTube what you're going to get when you click on something, guys and girls. No, you just never know. All right. Y'all aren't going to sue because we're going to remove it. And then I'm gonna put myself back on cam so I can see. Oh, there I am. All right, welcome back. Yeah, it's 3 doors down.
But
Yeah, they got a couple good songs out. Yeah, they have a few, and there was a whole
They're a good
group.
they're a good group. They're a good group.
Oh, okay, well,
I like their music.
Yeah, see that another song came on right after that. No, we're in Rumble, John. I can see it right now. Yeah, I'm actually, for some reason, I was actually just looking that way when you said that. Yeah. No, Rumble does okay. It does okay for this show. It does okay for a few shows. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk with Michelle about it next week, about if we might bring some other shows on, or if we might charge some of the newer. I don't know. It depends what kind of listenership they got. Because, like, I posted the other day, I posted 12 of our shows on there. 3 of them did really well because I knew those 3 were going to do well because I know what those shows are. But the other 9 didn't. They got like 6 and 12 and 8 listeners, which means they need to be on there more is what it means. Yeah. Because the shows before them, the shows after them did well. Yeah, well, anytime you're going to be naked on cam, that always helps, unless you're just ugly.
Yeah. can't
I
fix
still-
ugly. You can't fix ugly.
You mean on where? On Roku? I don't think they can on Roku. No. I don't know. Facebook, YouTube has its own porn thing, so I think they might get upset unless you're going through there. Yeah. Don't ask me how I know those things. Somebody just told me that. No, I've actually seen it in commercials before, YouTube porn. Hey, I mean, you're going to have 5 billion videos. Why not? And then, of course, there's now Facebook might get upset. You get naked on air.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, I think YouTube will as well.
They well, they actually have nude settings on YouTube for your doing your money thing. They actually have a setting for that.
But
So I
on
don't know
the public end, it would. Yeah, I don't think it would happen.
It's let me see. I don't have it open, do I? Let me see.
I mean, it for my YouTube, you need $100 to sign in, and then it's like $20 a minute to see me naked.
What? Yeah, get the hell out of here with that.
Why? Why?
That's too much money for anything, man. Us poor folk out here, huh, Jane? What you got to say?
Huh?
It's
He didn't hear it. He was busy
No, I
doing
didn't-
something.
yeah, I didn't hear
else.
what's going on.
He was probably plotting to kill the world. That's what
No,
Jay
I'm
was
actually
doing.
looking something up.
Yeah, how to kill the world. Yes.
okay. That all looks good. So, the end of the world as we know it. That could mean any fucking thing. That could mean no more chocolate.
Oh God, that'd be crazy.
That's what I'm saying. The
After-
end of the world
It's
as
an
we know it. Yeah.
aphrodisiac. It's an aphrodisiac.
I don't think the world would be happy without chocolate, man.
Oh, I know.
What gets me is when you taste cocoa and you wonder how in the hell like somebody got something good out of this because they used to know on those cocos and those cocoa leaves. That shit is nasty.
Hmm.
Gene, I do like dark chocolate. I mean, I like mine at 90,
Dark
80%.
chocolate.
80
I
or
don't
90%
like
dark.
dark chocolate at all.
Oh, a lot of
I
people
don't.
don't.
No.
It's not very sweet. No, it's way better for you though. It's actually good for your health. It's no, it's good. It's not. They don't have near as much sugar in it either. But when you make like fudges and stuff like that, they're almost always dark chocolate. Yeah. Because you're gonna add cream and milk and things like that, and it's gonna smooth it out. It's gonna lighten it up. Nothing wrong with milk chocolate. I just prefer dark chocolate. That's all. Milk chocolate tends to be softer too.
Yeah, I was never a big fudge person. Never.
It's because you've
When
never
I
had
see
good
people
fudge.
get,
Look, white
mean,
boy, when you have some good
fudge on
fudge,
top
you're
of
good.
Yeah,
Right.
you get the
Oh
good
my
fudge.
God.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, you ain't never had good. I was the same way, John. Hating on you. My mom and them used to make fudge. My aunts and all that. I was like, this shit's nasty, man. I'm not. Yeah. And then I made fantasy dream fudge, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What?
Fantasy.
This ain't fudge. It's something creamy and sweet and delicious. I was like, oh
Fantasy.
man. But it's called fantasy fudge.
Yeah.
It's made with marshmallow. So you do all the chocolate stuff, but you add marshmallow cream in it. Yeah, a whole thing of that Jiffy's puffed marshmallow cream goes inside of them bitches, man. Oh man. Some evaporated milk. three is it 3 cups of sugar?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's what fudge is. Basically, is a hunk of sugar with some flavor in it. 12 ounce or 14 ounces of chocolate or vanilla. Oh man, I make this white fudge. This shit is so creamy and so. My family hates it when I make it. I mean, they love
Why?
it, but they hate it because, man, first off, it don't last a day, and I make 3 pounds of the shit. It don't last a day, and it's so smooth. It's hard not to eat it. I mean, it literally melts in your mouth when you put it in your mouth. I mean, yeah, I can cook. What are you talking about, girl? I can cook. Oh, Amelia wishes she could cook as good as I do. Oh, she's like, what?
Let her hear
I hope
that.
she's
She-
listening.
Wait, no, she's from fucking Canada.
There.
Listen, let me rephrase this again. She's from fucking Canada. How can you cook in Canada? Nobody cooks in Canada. She just likes
Oh
to
my
send
God.
pictures, that's all.
What are you trying to do, man?
She's a wimp,
Oh.
man. She's a wimp. That's how you know she ain't listening. It's you know, if y'all don't know who
Well,
Amelia
maybe-
is, it take too long to explain it to you. She's
Well,
a host
maybe
on the network.
Michelle would get a hold of her because Michelle's probably listening, and she'll call Amelia.
That's okay. Amelia wouldn't mind. I pick on her all the time. It's but she knows I'm the better cook. She knows it. You can't challenge the pro, man. Get out of here. Even Ramsey's scared of me, man. He's like, I ain't going by that guy. That guy can cook. I'm the one who showed him his rib
He's
recipe.
ripping
What do
you
you
apart.
mean?
Straight to-
Shit. That man couldn't south. He wouldn't even know it. Matter of fact, last 3 times he came down here, you know that, right? Last 3 times he
Dolly
came down
knows
here,
the deal.
you know that, right? Last 3 times he come down here, he got whooped. He got whooped bad too. Matter of fact, with the pro chefs, he came in 6th. The Chef Ramsay, because Ramsay's a restaurant owner. He's not really a chef. That's a little bit different. His goal was to open a bunch of restaurants, not to be the best chef in the world. Not like some of them Couillon boys that have been cooking for 40 years that working the 5-star restaurants. Oh, I do. I post online all the time. Yeah, I post online all the time. Yeah, I know. We both post. I post online all the time. But sometimes her and I just post between us. Like the other day, I made homemade pizza. I sent her a picture of it. Because they always like to cook. But she's from Canada, man. How good a cook can you be if you live in Canada? I mean, really. You don't even know what fucking seasoning is.
Oh, come on, Amelia. I wish you were watching right now, girl. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
come
Somebody out there,
Well, you put a
somebody
little
out
parsley
there got a
on
hold
it
of
and
Amelia.
shit. No, actually, I don't bother. She don't feel good today. I talked to her earlier today. And,
She's Italian.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
Italian. She's a doggo.
Oh, you bastard. You bastard.
I can say that if I want to. I'm one too.
I don't.
Uh,
Jeez.
I'm probably more Italian than she is. What are you talking about? And,
Oh my gosh.
you forget my wife is
Man,
100.
if I was her, I'd
It's no, Michael, my dad was 100% Italian, but my mom was no Italian. Yeah. She was Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and English.
oh, the
Yes.
whole United Kingdom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Same here, buddy.
Actually, they just call it the Celtic group, is what they call it.
Celtic.
I said Celtic, didn't I? Yeah, I'm thinking of music.
Yeah. Celtic.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get on here. We're gonna have a blowout cookout one day. Somebody needs to
I
invent
hope so.
smell it. Somebody really.
Hey,
somebody
welcome back, Heidi. I'm glad you're safe. Heidi, contact Amelia and tell her to get on here.
Yeah,
Man, Joe's
Sean's
ripping her
cook's better
apart. Joe's ripping on Amelia. Get her out on here, Heidi, please. Thank you.
That rookie, man. She's a rookie. It was nice to see her Wednesday night. She was on Wednesday night. I got a chance to chat with her a while. But we're in the same Telegram group, so we chat from time to time.
All right, Heidi's doing it, dude. She's doing it. Even Dolly's backing her up.
She can't. It's too late tonight to cook anyway. It's 9:30 her time. What, she's gonna cook some brownies? Oh, we were talking about making ham and Swiss cheese
What?
sandwiches the other day.
Ooh,
And it's I can eat that on anything. Well, we got
What,
some
Swiss
broche rolls, ham and Swiss. I can eat on anything.
damn it.
Well, I like that Giusepp's ham. I don't that Giusepp's is a specific kind of ham, and it's always cut to a shaving, so it makes it much fluffier and nicer. And you know, Swiss cheese, I do like. Yeah, I prefer the international Swiss cheese when you can get one that ain't gonna put you in a poorhouse. But there's some good domestic Swiss too. I like it to have a little bite to it. Then a little
You
Dijon.
know who has very good cheese? Are the Amish. Amish make
Yeah, I
great
bet.
cheese.
Yes, I would
Oh.
agree.
Then I'm gonna get some. Then I'll take a nice because we get these big slicing tomatoes. They're about this big around. Slice one, it just fits the whole entire piece of the bread. Throw on a little piece of onion on there. Some salt, some pepper. Ooh, some good spicy mustard. No,
Ah,
Dijon mustard's
got
good.
something.
But what?
Do you know what my
what-
dad ate on New Year's Eve? My dad ate, he got rye bread, got a can of sardines, a big, thick slice of onion with mustard, and he ate that sandwich on New Year's Eve.
Oh, I know some people that eat those. You can't stuff them down my throat. That's mainly because I'm a big sardine fan, but my mom was. She loved it. My sister, my mom. So they would make Caesar salads, and they'd eat all the fucking sardines out of salad for the salad that I got to the table. They just, I don't know what it was. They used to munch them down.
Oh, sardines are good, dude. Hey, you know what we did in the Navy, though, Joe? Right? We'd be underway, and you get all the boots coming on, booters. The guys brand new, never been out at sea.
And
They'd be sitting with them, and some dude would open up a can of sardines and eat it in front of them when we were rocking and rolling, buddy. Oh my God, they turned blue. No shit,
Oh,
it was terrible.
Reese, what are you talking about? No. Well, no. Well, okay, Reese. Some ships you can actually feel them go side to side. Just they're
Oh,
big,
yeah.
but
God, yeah.
ocean's big. Oh, you'd be
I was
so
on a
well-
carrier, Joe. Joe,
Well,
I was
then
on a
that-
carrier,
that-
honest to God, dude.
The Nimitz never even swayed one time in the ocean. She didn't even go up and down in 12-foot seas. She just rolled right to. It
Oh, that sounds.
was like having a deep
Oh my
V.
God, I like that. Dolly says I eat
Oh
sardines on
man,
ham
the
and
aliens
pineapple
have definitely
pizza.
taken over tonight. Yeah, hear this, right? The aliens are here, guys. You hear what these people are eating? This is alien food. A
Pineapple and ham on a pizza is good.
lot of
buddy.
people like pineapple on ham and pizza. I don't know what that is. Well, that's but you know, because you put pineapple on ham when you cook them. Pineapple ham, Coca-Cola, things like that make a good ham. You mean okay? I'm gonna give
Did you
y'all.
ever have a Thanksgiving pizza? You
No.
get a pizza crust, and the gravy is the sauce. You throw mashed potatoes on it. You throw cranberries. You throw the turkey. Okay, everything that you would have for a Thanksgiving meal, and you put it on a pizza crust and you bake it. Oh my God, it is so good. Oh,
Okay, see, y'all are just weird, man.
Yeah, that's weird.
Heidi
What do you
said
mean?
pineapple rings on baked ham is yum. Yeah, they are. Got to
What-
put
what
the
you-
cherry in there though.
So Steven says, "What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?" I can't say
Baloo.
it's probably classified.
Baloo for me. Baloo.
Yeah, that's a weird
enough.
one.
Yeah, it is. it's a goose egg buried in sand for at least
And
6
some
months.
people love them things, man.
Ugh.
Oh
Some
my
Yeah.
people
God.
love them.
They're
Some
good.
people hate. Yeah, some people hate them. Some people love them. That's an
I
acquired
was
taste.
so drunk when I ate that. It was-
Yeah, that's
it's the only
definitely
way I'd
acquired.
eat it.
It's
Yeah,
I don't know. I've
they're
eaten a lot of
expensive though.
stuff. I went through this age with me and some of my friends where if it was weird, we were eating it. Yeah, we've eaten all kind of insects, snake, just all kind of weird shit. Well, because insects, when you get into like, well, when you get into Asian country, insects ain't a big deal. They eat insects. Well, yeah, you get
Yeah.
them cooked all kind of ways.
Especially cockroaches.
And there's all kind
Do
of
you
ways to
know,
get them.
guys? Do you know, guys, that cockroaches is the cleanest insect out there? And that's the truth.
I heard this.
They
Yeah.
always clean them. They always clean them.
I like octopus. I've eaten it fried. I've eaten it a couple ways actually. It's got to be done right because if not, it gets rubbery. But when it's cooked right, it's really really good. Chocolate covered
Dolly
ants,
goes-
chocolate covered.
Fried flowered earthworms. Heidi goes, octopus pickled. So very spongy when I was young. Oh, God. Pickled octopus. Oh, my
There's lots of that's what I'm saying. There's lots of just I don't know. We ate a lot of that weird stuff when we were kids, and then being at a Macoun we had a lot of other things like turtle soup and alligator and crawfish and crabs.
I
You know,
never
for a lot of people overseas, like people in the Middle East, when I talk to them about, when I talk to my friends in the Middle East about my regular diet, they're like, Joe, it's gross. It's like, well, like some Americans are thinking about Asian diets, they're like, it's gross. Well, yeah, I do, because I still remember this guy's a prince. He donated a good bit of money over the years to the station. Probably one of the things that helped keeping it up. He said, you ate an alligator? I'm like, yeah, it was delicious. And I said, don't go get a whole alligator. All you need is the tail. He's like, you tell me how to cook it? And I said, I'm sure as rich as you are, you got somebody in there who can cook it. He said he loved it when they cooked it, but alligator tastes like whatever you cook it with.
Oh, there you go. Here you go. Here's something for you, Jay and Joe. Heidi just wrote it. I saw Boy Scouts catch June bugs and batter and fry them. She couldn't watch.
Yeah, the only thing with any bug, the
You know
only
what?
thing
If
with
you're
any
hungry,
bug-
you're going to
frog
eat
is
whatever
good.
you got to do, man.
Okay, frog is good.
Buddy.
That's another one. You know that when you mention a lot of places,
Frogs are great.
yeah, of course, you got to be the right kind of frog, but they're good. Well, don't get the kind where the legs move, stupid. Yeah, no, I know, especially in the Asian things, they like to pour that stuff over the legs clench up. It's from being fried. It makes the muscle seize up. Yes, but it's not because the damn thing was alive. Oh, people. Fried frog legs are delicious. It's as good as any chicken leg you can get anywhere in the planet.
Frog legs are great. Yeah. I can eat a lot of those too, but they're too expensive though.
What are you talking about? Monkey brains? I couldn't. That would be classified. What do you why would you classify? Because they put you in jail for it. That's why it's
What the hell?
classified.
Who would eat monkey brains?
Monkey brains
Ooh,
chilled and
God.
served. It's like
Ooh.
raspberry preserve.
I don't give a shit. I ain't eating it.
They take the monkey when he's alive and they cut just the top part of his brain off, which you can't feel, and then they scoop out the brains and they chill it in this fast chiller, and then they serve it to you. Some of it just serve it warm because they prefer the warm flavor. I can't. That's been going on for a long time. That's nothing new. It's not even the only animal they
I
decapitate.
know, but it's sickening.
Well, to you it is, of course, but to whoever does it, it's just part of their dinner. That's the thing. Like when the aliens come here, and when you start seeing the alien munching on somebody's leg, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, an alien's gonna be," but you munch on a cow's leg. What's the difference? Well, we're sentient, but to them, we're not. To them, we're not sentient. So, yes. Well, Sean and I ain't got nothing to worry about because they don't like high cholesterol food. But Jay, on the other hand, kind of a skinny thing. They might eat his ass.
Yeah, you never know.
They're like, Jay and I, and Jay's not as old as me and Sean either, so he might not be quite as tough yet. That
No.
they don't want that stuff. They're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't know if
not-
people.
That's a nice compliment saying that I'm not as old and crusty as you guys. Thanks.
That's a good way.
Buddy.
It's,
You're the
it's like
baby.
it's
You're
like
the
taking
baby, Jay.
old
Baby Jay.
rooster, and I don't know how
Baby
people ever eat. old
Doomsday J.
rooster, but
Ross.
yeah, the
I
only way
like
you can
that.
eat an
Oh,
old rooster is to cook it all day. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the only way. You best put an old rooster in stew is the best way to cook it. Frying it, don't even
Well, you know
waste
what,
your time.
though? Our blood, you got O negative, right, buddy? I got O negative.
I don't know what kind of blood
You
I
have O
have.
negative? Jay?
I have purple negative.
Oh, purple.
I got O negative. I'll
No
kill
purple.
every vampire in New Orleans. I'll kill every vampire in New Orleans with my
All
blood.
New Orleans is O negative. You can't kill them. New Orleans is one of them cities that's high
O
in O
negative?
negative. Yeah, some cities. Well, it's weird in the United States because South America and Central America, which extends from the bottom of Mexico down, is 90 something percent O blood. Doesn't actually define which is it negative or plus. I'm thinking it's plus with some negative mixed in. But the
Hey,
rest of
Kevin.
the rest of the Americas is like 36% O, 7% O negative, 36% A positive, 7% A negative. It's weird the way it works out. But if you look around the world, you see places in the world that are mixed like that, like they should be. But then you see places in the world like South America where shit is clustered. And you wonder because in the Middle East or right above the top of Africa where they think civilization came from is a cluster of A. So is that what actually brought life to our species is A? Well, that can't be right because the O seems to be smarter because of the places that they're at. Well, no, what it is A started out like this, and this is the resources they had. And as they moved along, they had to whatever caused another blood type, which was probably B. And then and as we advance mentally, physically as a race, our blood types advance to go along with us. Yes, which I guess O negative would be the pinnacle right now. Well, John, think of it this way. Think of it this way, which is scary, isn't it? So think of it this way. So for 2 million years, humans were brown-eyed, brown hair, and brown skin. Not black, not blue, any of that. Just brown hair, brown-eyed, black skin. Probably A positive and B positive. Probably wasn't even any O on the planet, and there was no negative whatsoever. For 2 million years. And then all of a sudden, about 40,000 years ago, positive was born. I mean, O positive was born, or I should say all negative blood was born. Why? What changed 40,000 years ago after 2 million years of evolution that we changed to have? And it's worse than that because Rh negative not just splattered out all these negatives for their blood, but it also changed other things like eye colors, hair colors. It allowed us to start to diversify in a lot of ways. So if this Rh negative is changing your blood, the way you look at things, the way you view things, the type of your skin, the color of your eyes, it's changing more than that in your head.
It may also be changing the way people are thinking, and that may be how we're coming towards a global community. More communal, more not communal, but more, I guess, global morality sets, morality codes. People thinking more along the same lines, less conflict, less my God's better than your God kind of shit.
Maybe so. All I know is when people. So it's funny because RH stands for the Rhesus monkey. That's what it actually stands for.
Well,
So
it stands for the Rhesus gene, not necessarily for the monkey.
Well,
it's named for the monkey.
It's the monkey's gene, so it's still a monkey. Any way you look at it, you're still coming out of that monkey. You're sharing 2% of your genes with that type of monkey, which is cool because some things you share 8% with.
Yeah.
But the funny part is O negative shares none of that, 0%. So wouldn't that actually be a different species? If your original genes, the origination genes that got you started came from that monkey, and Rh negative people don't have those genes, then how in the fuck can they be related to the positive species?
I thought about that, Joe, for a long time. I did because he talked about that a long time, and I just wondered Who do I belong to, Joe? Seriously.
Maybe it's the start of something new. Because right now the RH positives outnumber the RH negatives 15 to 85, which probably now it's probably closer to more like it's probably closer to like probably about 78 to 22 now. And the RH positives are making progress. So is that the overall outcome? Is eventually the RH positive going to be the majority and RH negative going to be, the RH negative going to be the majority and the RH positive going to be the minority, sorry. It's you got to wonder, because think about it, this gene didn't even exist. RH negative didn't even exist 40,000 years ago. Some people say 25,000 years ago. Regardless, it didn't exist. It was not part of our society in any shape, form, or fashion, and poof. Scientists don't even like
that word. What's Deno? What did I have it up, Joe? O negative is
Denisovian. Denisovian is one of the it's like their coexist with the Neanderthals and Homo heidelbergensis, Homo erectus, Homo sapien, and a bunch of other homos.
What are you trying to
Yeah,
say?
that came out wrong.
Jay, what are you trying to say, Jay? That ain't right.
Yeah.
Homo just means the same, people. That has nothing to do with sexuality. Homo sapiens means they're same-brained or same-minded. Homo erectus means they stand up the same. Homo erectus is really like where we come out of from being mostly four-legged.
That's
He
I'm
was
sorry.
bad, John. I don't know what we're gonna do. He was bad.
Homo
We're gonna have people
erectus.
right.
Just don't sound right.
John, Jay, you better get Sean under control, man. He's losing his mind over there.
It's not my fault that he went to the Navy and put his mind through the gutter.
I don't remember nobody talking about that in the Navy, man.
I'm sure he got a lot of bad habits, but they weren't all from the Navy. Yeah.
No, Jack. So on the ICAR website, there's 3 top hematologists in the world that worked with us on this blood type study. They'll tell you all the same thing. Before 40,000 years ago, there was no such thing as RH negative anywhere on the planet. It did not exist. It's somewhere along the line in some gene known, which I see Dolly's putting up one right now. It appeared long time ago, 40,000 years ago. But again, they don't know where it came from. They could not find any reason for Mother Nature to create it because it's a baby killer. Yes, RH negative, until the antigenic gene was invented, was a baby killer. It killed probably about 50% of all babies that it created, because the body would fight the extra white cells. It would just kill the baby off. Call that whatever you want, spontaneous abortion, whatever, but it would kill it. So that's not something Mother Nature would do unless we were overpopulated. And back then we weren't, not even close. So why was that going on? And eventually we invented the thing that allowed these babies to live. Now their birth rate's as good as anybody else's. But again, they're different. They're the ones that brought in the different colored hairlines. At one time, there was only brown hair, brown skin, and brown eyes. No scientists will argue with you anywhere about that.
Yeah.
We didn't diversify until later on in life. Well, the people who came out of Africa, if that's where they came from, were the same people who were in the Middle East, so they should have all looked the same.
Yes,
well, that's
correct.
not true. Well, we know that's not true. I mean, I've got lots of African friends, and they're not that pretty milk chocolate brown. They're dark. I mean, they're dark, black dark. Some of my best friends are.
My condolences.
So that sucks. It's so I mean, the thing of it is something smoothed that out somewhere in between. There wasn't enough time to evolve that, so something else smoothed it out. Maybe it was in the gene itself. Maybe whatever kicked off the gene. And then they're not 100% sure, which is another argument, because of the O problem in South America, that O negative and O didn't start on this side of the world. There's a big push that O started on this side of the world in South America, and that changes all kind of things. That means that that the negatives probably are a separate thing, and they're just interbreeding with each other. Well, maybe something came along. Maybe it was Mother Nature. Maybe it was something else. But something decided that our genes needed to be updated. And RH negative people have different personalities than RH positive people. In groups,
And it's not the first time it's happened either.
Right, but you can test it. I mean, it's testable, the differences in the personalities. And then O negative is the universal donor. Yes, for most bloods. And it comes when tested, almost all people who have psychic abilities turn out to be O negative.
That's me.
Almost.
That's a me, yeah.
No, he said psychic, not psycho.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? You know what, Joe? I'm glad you said that because I'm going to be honest with you. Growing up, I always felt weird. You know what I mean? I could not,
because you're different.
I could not. It was terrible.
And according to all the little polls and tabs and things that have been done, RH negative people think differently than RH positive people do. Now, are they more warlike or less warlike? I guess we'd have to go back and see what the world leaders actually are. Because we know a lot of the world leaders tend to be green or blue-eyed, mostly blue-eyed.
Or just let us weird guys loose with our handguns and see what happens. You know?
There you go. Doomsday. That's my boy.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, something or something decided that the human needed to be changed and changed our genome. It helped us to be faster, brighter, smarter. And not only that, gave us a way to save millions of our people with the universal donor. Think how many people would have died without it. Even today, people would be dying without it. Every time there's a disaster every time there's a disaster and any hospital gets run out of blood, they can give RH negative to anybody. I mean, they can give O negative to anybody.
In some cases, they can actually, directly, hook you up to someone else if you're O negative without, filtering it or any of that kind of stuff.
So technically there's 8 blood types, but then there's these little, what I call hyper blood types, or because even the genealogists even people who do the blood types aren't really convinced that they're actually separate blood types. They are actually, but then they're not. Like one of them, there's only 2 of, and there's no one to breed.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird. They're like blood types, but they fall into different groups, and some of those groups intermingle, and it's strange.
And some of them can take the universal donor, and some can't. But the thing about it is there's nothing that's going to happen. Okay, 2 of them have just 2 people in it, and they're related to each other, which means they're not going to pass the blood on. One of them actually is dying of cancer. The other one can't have children, so that blood's not being passed on. A lot of them, because they'll be passed on to people with, RH negative, like A, B, C, or D. I mean, A, B, C, or O, positive or negative, will probably overpower the other blood types.
Mm.
Yeah, they've already said the majority of these will go away, and they're not even sure what caused them. One guy said maybe it was Chernobyl or Fukushima.
Or COVID?
Yeah, well, yeah, it could have been COVID for that matter. But whatever it is, they think most of them are just going to disappear away.
Well, I mean, it could have been something. The flu could have been part of that too. The flu could be part of that process of weeding out the people with the bad blood.
Of course, it could be vaccinations too. So
yeah, there you go. Exactly.
It's
What are you talking about, Kevin? Meaning what? What do you mean by meaning? I don't know. Yes.
Frank. Yeah, my name is Don, man. Call me Mark. My name is Don, but they call me Ken, but I go by Don.
Oh, that's why he was correcting spelling on one of his other posts.
Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy. I don't know. I just felt weird.
He was correcting that. Same meaning.
Look, Frank. I mean, RH negative is just weird. Okay, like I said, it came out of nowhere. And then it started growing, and now it went from 0% to around 18% of the population now. Yeah. And it's not slowing down; it's growing.
Well, and it's going to double again.
Let me ask you this question, Joe. Let me ask you this question: if aliens exist, could it have come from them?
It could came from
100%.
alien. It could come from a mutation of a different type of alien, not even a sentient one. Hell, it might come from eating octopus, as far as we know,
It could have come from a mosquito bite, for all we know. To be quite honest.
and that's possible too. Unfortunately, it is. The reason most people think there's something to Rh negative is because of the way it appeared. It appeared in a burst, not like in a single little
Like
thing.
all of a sudden, yeah, it didn't trickle in.
So they were like, yeah, just these groups had it. Well, they can tell that because of how many people have it today and where these people are. Well, a lot of that stuff's going to get harder to track as time goes on, because first person invents a teleporter, this country, people will be like all over the place all the time.
Yeah, it's gonna DNA is gonna go wacko, and once everyone begins to mingle and that kind. I mean, right now information is instantaneous. We've seen the result of that. A lot of culture clash. When we get the transporter, oh my, yeah, you're going to see a lot of genetic and culture
heard
clash.
Yeah, I'm going
You
to
know,
call
Jay
it.
would be jumping on one of them. He'd sell his house, he'd sell his dogs, he'd sell his cats, just to sell his car, just to get one of them things. Transport.
Well, no, you wouldn't do that. No, it wouldn't be like that. It'd kind of be like public transit. You would just go, hop in the thing, come back to the thing. You'd still get in your car and drive home, at least until they came to the ones that you had at your house. And eventually they would have those, and it would be pretty cheap. I would get a mini pad so that I could order food out.
Yeah.
So I'd call like Paris, France, and say, "Hey, look, I would like to order this and this and this," and they just it would materialize in the pad, and I'd eat dinner instead of go drive and get your Chinese food. Right now, I mean, they're dropping Chinese food off with fucking drones. This way, they'll just. Bzz. I want smell-o-vision. Yeah, so when we're cooking, we get smell-o-vision. I'll turn that on and be making. I had 10,000 people watching. They won't even know what I'm cooking. Put in there. Have you ever seen an alligator skinned alive? Man, it'd be all kind of people watching.
Alligator gumbo.
Frank, alligators can get cranky, yeah, man.
Yeah, according to what's his name, the water boy, they cranky because they have all them teeth and no toothbrush.
That might be why they might have some tooth pain going on up there. So, John,
That was a good movie.
You don't go
Pretty
around
funny.
shooting. You don't go around shooting alligators. Okay, for the most part, you take a hook, a big hook, and you put a big hunk of meat about that big on it, and you hang it above the water. You don't put it
Rotting,
in the
nasty, stinking meat, by
water.
the way.
But you hang it above. If you put it in the water, everything else is going to eat it.
Yeah.
You'll catch a big gar or something, big fish or something. But you hang it in, because the law here, I believe, is 7 feet before you can take one. That means you have to hang it out of the water about 4 feet. Because the gator comes out a little bit more than half the distance of their body, so they can jump out and get it and go back in. So that way, if you see the meat going, you're guaranteed it's at least an 8-foot alligator. Yeah, which is around $2,000.
Yeah, then you pull the hook up with the alligator on the other end and shoot him in the back of his head in a little tiny quarter spot.
Yeah,
Quarter
because you don't
size
want to you don't want to damage the hide.
skin or the
whatsoever.
meat.
Yeah, people use it, and then some people like different parts of the hide
Well,
on their
isn't
boots.
that the only place where you can kill a gator is right between the eyes?
You
The
can shoot
easiest
them through the
place.
top, yeah, but you can shoot them through the top of the head, or there's other places.
Well, the high caliber, but most of these guys are carrying like small bullets, like 30 caliber, 25 caliber, rifles.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, it's usually most of them carry a 30-30 is what most of them carry, bush gun. In matter of fact, the preferred choice is a 30-30 Bushmaster. That's what its preferred choice is. Almost all of them down here carry. Almost all of them through South Carolina for the alligators. It's plenty enough power to kill a gator, and they're rugged, tough guns. Well, you need a tough gun, guys. You can't have an old shitty gun that falls apart. They get thrown around a boat and stuff. Sat on the thing, slide off the damn things. Well, you can kill a deer with a 30-30 at 50 yards, 80 yards. After 100 yards, no. 90 yards is pushing it. Yeah, 90 yards. No, it's a 30-yard 6. It's different. 90 yards ain't shit. Well, it's because of
90
the
yards
different.
would be too close for a 30-06. You might blow it apart.
Well, Jimmy. Well, it's difference in size and the grains of the bullets. They're still 30 caliber rounds. It's just 30-30 shell is this big and this big around, and 30-06 shell is this freaking big and this big around. It's a whole different amount of powder, and then you can change the weights of the heads. The 140s and the 150s are pointed. And they'll shoot really straight and clear, and it'll rip through something. But they're not going to do a lot of damage. They're probably just going to punch through. A 180 grain rounded head will start to tumble after about 300 yards. But whatever it hits, it's going to rip apart because it's soft lead. Yeah, it's not like a hollow point. It's just soft rounded lead. But it'll rip anything apart. Those are best for shooting deer, especially within 400 yards. No, because if you're going to use anything hard, you're going to have to shoot it more than once. And you better hit it somewhere that makes a difference, because I had to track a deer for a day and a half because I hit him with a 150 grain head in the freaking hind quarter, and he just took off. I had the dogs chasing his ass for 2 days before I caught up with him. Then he still was standing. I kind of felt bad about having to put him down after he got away that long. Nah, the dogs weren't going to let him go. The dogs were on him.
How big are your deer down there, Joe?
Field dressing, probably 300 pounds. I mean, you get some big ones, but you get them old mule deer, they'll get pretty big. But mostly down here, what you're going to see in white-tailed deers,
That's what we got.
Yeah, that's mainly what you're going to see, and they're pretty, they're good to eat, but they don't get all that huge. I mean, they're not tiny, but they don't get all that huge. I can say about field dress around 300 pounds. Well, that's what the deer weighs, Kurt. The deer probably weighs about 6. Field dressing is removing everything. All the hide comes off. Yeah, all you're weighing is just the meat. Yeah, it's about 300 pounds, 280, something like that.
Can you imagine going back and hunting moose? And you got one and you had to carry that fucker back?
Yeah, moose. The bad thing about moose are a lot of times they're in bear country. And if you kill one, you better start getting your shit out of there fast. Because you have bear down here, but mainly black bears, and black bears don't like guns. They don't like a bunch of humans either, usually. You make enough noise, a lot of times they'll go the other way.
Do you know when you go gold prospecting in Alaska, you always have to wear bells around your neck because it makes that loud noise and it keeps the bears away.
Yeah, I had something for the bears. Oops, sorry. What's that, Jimmy? No, I wouldn't kill a bear out of cold blood if that's what you're asking. There's no reason to. Most of the times they'll run off. Every now and then you got to kill when they start charging or something. You don't have a choice. A 9mm. What was that?
Does that bear spray work?
A lot of people swear by it, especially if you hit them in the face. I would imagine mace would work if you hit them in the face. I don't think a taser would, though. I think they would just ignore that. My 9mm don't have that kind of knock punch down, but if you shoot a bear in the face 15 times, they say it's going to die. Shooting it hit that one. Let it get up close to you, shoot in the eye or something.
Hey, is Sean Patrick Hazlitt on tonight?
Oh, he should be. Because I know he's got about 10 minutes before he goes live. I didn't look and see what his schedule was today. I didn't see it, but he's usually causing epic trouble somewhere. I will be in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta twice in September, and I'll be in. Yeah, he's on. He's live right now. Actually, the shithead. And I will be in LA.
Thank you, Heidi. Yeah, Heidi said he's on UFO Gods.
Yeah, no, I got to get him back in the right one. I guess he's going. It's probably good for him to stay over there so he don't get us a strike right now until that one's over with.
And how much time we got on that? Another month or so?
Oh, no, it's 90 days, baby. 90 days. 90 days. I think it's been, 2 weeks? Yeah.
It's been, 2 weeks, hasn't it?
I don't think. I can tell you.
It's
but,
about a month. It's been about a month.
Let's see. I'll tell you exactly in a second. Give me a second. We're talking about the strike we got on one of our channels.
On our show.
Yes, because we were acting bad. Michelle threatened to fire all of us. Yes. She did. She threatened to fire a whole bunch of us. I was like, oh, shit, Michelle. It expires February 27th. We got it November 29th.
Yeah, so we got about a month to go. A little over a month.
Yeah. So it means we still got
Hey,
2
Joe,
months.
Dolly says that when you're in Atlanta, she's only 2 hours north You should visit.
Oh, I'll have to holler at you. Yeah. Well, I'm in Georgia quite a lot. I'm usually in. There's a little place in between Atlanta and Pensacola we go to. I can't remember the damn name of it for some reason. It's a cool little place, though.
But he won't come up to Pennsylvania, Jay.
It's 6 hours from Washington,
From-
D.C.
Yeah, it's
No,
like 18
don't-
hours from where I live.
No, actually, from Washington, D.C., I'm an hour. I'm an hour from D.C. An hour and 15, maybe an hour and 20. But from
Yeah.
Florida, I'm probably 19, 20-hour drive.
I know when I drove last time I drove to New Jersey, it was 22 hours. And I'm an hour further back than I was then, yeah. I
So
know, I'm an
Atlanta
hour
from here is
closer.
probably about 12 hours. Yeah, it's a long
Yeah.
drive.
Atlanta from here is
Dolly
5 hours.
says Rosemary Beach. Is that it, Joe? Rosemary Beach?
I don't know, but I'll look and see. For some reason, it's just not popping in my head. But yeah, we stopped by there. We found it by accident. I was in Atlanta one holiday with my sister, my wife, and I, and we just decided we were going to drive to Pensacola and got on this road. It goes straight down from where we were in Atlanta all the way to Pensacola. And along the way, we found a couple of cool spots. I was kind of surprised. Well, ports of Georgia are kept secret like Alabama is. Alabama's the best kept secret in the Union. Yeah, there's so much nice stuff in Alabama. People don't know about it because Alabamians don't want them to know about it. They're like, no, we don't want you here. And Georgia's the same way, except for Atlanta. Georgia don't want you there. Like, get the fuck out of our state. Go to Atlanta. Go spend money so the rest of the state can be cool. No, southern cities are like that. They don't always want a bunch of hubbub going on around them. They don't mind doing seasons. You know, where you come and you go, you don't stay all the time. What's the problem where I live? We moved here. It's peaceful, quiet. Now it's getting busy around here. Yeah. And then my neighbor, I have to get on their ass. And not supposed to be any RVs parked on your property unless you have a home on it. I went out there last week. He had an RV parked that's still there today. So I'm going to have a little talk with him. Now he's got a
Dolly
tractor parked.
says she must be- That's cool.
Yeah.
Dolly has Bigfoot.
Yeah, they seem to have Bigfoot all along the ridge. I've heard along the Blue Ridge Mountains and some places up in Arkansas and the Ozarks. And then I've heard some places along the Louisiana-Texas border. They seem to be a lot of them. I guess people don't go there. Nobody's bothering them. The ones along the Louisiana border should move because sooner or later one of them rednecks or coon asses are going to see them. They're going to shoot them for dinner. Dinner and a coat. There might already be one out there that's been made into dinner and a coat. No,
Joe,
Kirk, we
what's
gotta
a
go.
coon ass?
A coon ass is a
What's a
Cajun.
coon ass?
You're born in Louisiana. If you're born truly in Louisiana, you're a coon ass. It's French. You got some French in you. You're coon ass, man. It means a little more than that, but nothing I can say here. No, couillon means that you're not quite a coon ass. And there's other ones that are that are just meaning that you are mixed blood, yeah, like mulattoes. That's what some of them mean, that you technically I forgot what they call them right now is mixed blood. But anyway, we gotta go, guys. It's 5 after. Sean's got his shirt going. I gotta go get
Sean's
something
coming
to
up.
eat. And
He's on.
of course,
He's
like I
on.
say every week, thanks for listening to United Public Radio and the chat. If you have any problems, moans, groans, bitches, or complaints, you can write to Michelle DeRoche.
Or
She loves
Sean.
you. She loves you. Sean will take your letter too. But anyway, on that note, I want to tell everybody good night, and we'll see y'all soon. Dolly, I'll have a good show Monday. If I stop in and see you, I got to give away a lightsaber.